Alright, did all that, and then I went and saw the message that your mic's muted. Yeah, forgot because I went and brought my computer to work today to get everything ready for the stream. I forgot that I unplugged and replugged in my mic, which meant that I needed to go and reopen the I had to select my microphone. So, all right, real quick, I guess we're gonna run through the starting grid here since we just did that, but the whole time my mic was muted. So, in row 1 we got Larson and Ty Gibbs. Yeah, row 2, you've got Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick. Toyota's really showing up and really looking impressive here. Oh, well, I guess we're not going to get time to go and do it the correct way because we got ourselves pace cars diving in and we are going to be going racing here. Alright, here we go. Field in the hands of Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs as they go green, green, green. Green flags out and we are racing here. Trying to center the leaderboard a bit better. And here we go. Kyle Larson leads them off into turn number 1. Here we go. Let's see. Alright, there we go. And that top, as I said, the inside line prevails for Larson. He was able to get out in front, although, honestly, that outside line potentially could end up becoming the better line throughout the day. We were able to see at the end of the Xfinity race yesterday, both drivers were kind of arcing up the corner a little bit, trying to find a little bit extra speed. So Ty Gibbs, Bell, Reddick, all 3 of those guys have settled into the top 4 spots. Everybody just kind of getting into the line right now and just kind of hoping to settle in right where they're running. That's kind of the standard formation here at Texas, the way it is with the repave. Now, it's only a 400 miler, so they've only got 267 laps to get to the front here, with 80 laps here in stage 1, but you still see a lot of the same thing where the plan is to early on get in line and then slowly work your way through the field. So you go and everybody get in a single file line as soon as humanly possible because of how bad the upper lane is, especially early on in the race. Once it gets some rubber, it should start to get a little bit better for the outside lane, but I wouldn't anticipate it being the best lane until much later on today. And speaking of the bottom lane, there goes Michael McDowell around the inside of Martin Triggs Jr. Michael McDowell just passed his way up into the top 10. Let's go. I low-key wanted to put Michael McDowell in my lineup after he qualified so well, but I've seen this before where he qualifies well and then has a bit of a stumbling block in the race. Although, granted, I haven't been right about most of my predictions for Michael McDowell this year, so maybe if I'm predicting him not to run well, he'll go out there and win the race at Texas. Who knows? But, yeah, we got Alex Bowman. He's also settling in a couple spots ahead of where he was originally, started. Kyle Busch is about to go and battle with his RCR teammate, Austin Hill. Those two both qualifying much further back. If the two of them can work together, they could probably get through the field pretty quickly here. But, yeah, Bowman has settled into that 13th spot here. Yeah, he's managed to make his way past Ross Chastain, who had qualified ahead of him. But, yeah, so right now, though, everybody's just kind of falling into line here. And there we go. Brad Keselowski, speaking of falling into line, one guy who's not staying in line. Keselowski was able to get to the inside of Todd Gilliland, and he goes right on by him. And now Gilliland, he's on that outside, and he's going to struggle to try and keep these guys behind him. There goes Ty Dillon in the 16 machine. Wow, Dillon's really far back there. Either that or Ty Dillon's made his way through the field a whole lot quicker than I thought he would. Where on earth is Ty Dillon running? Let's see. Okay, Ty Dillon's only in 33rd spot. Okay, Ty Dillon's a lot further back than I thought. I thought Brad Keselowski and him would be a little further up the field. So far, Justin Haley, the biggest mover on the day, up 6 spots. Stenhouse up 4, and then everybody else pretty much up 3 or less spots here. Jimmy Johnson, the winningest driver here at Texas Motor Speedway, but has never raced here in a Toyota before. He's here in the Advent Health number 84 car. And again, he started right at the back of the field, so he's going to have a long way to go today. But, hey, you know what? Starting in the rear is and winning races was kind of his thing back in 2017, the last time he won at this track. So, he also was the first driver to win on the newly reconfigured Texas. So, technically, he has actually gone and... he has already kind of gone and improved his... standing so far on this, so there we go. Byron up into the 7th position. Kyle Busch starting to try and move himself further forward. Yeah, Keselowski down 10 spots. Okay, I thought Keselowski qualified significantly higher up the field than that. That's why I was curious when I saw him and Todd Gilliland fighting with each other for position. I just assumed that Todd Gilliland had to have been further up the field because I knew I had read Keselowski's name off when my mic was muted during the starting grid a whole lot earlier. But then, here we go. And now they're getting ready to go to the first commercial break of the morning. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic time. And, yeah. So, again, Kyle Larson settles into the first position. It's pretty much going to be the Kyle Larson show until somebody can prove otherwise. And that's just kind of how Texas is that you got to be able to prove that somebody else is capable of it first. But I'm just glad Mike McDowell, again, he's been able to make his way up into that top 10. And then potentially if we get a caution... early, that'll allow him to try and reset and keep chugging even further forward. Problem is that the exact same feature that goes and gets him can be the best way for him to move forward is also the easiest way for him to lose spots as well for Mike McDowell, which is definitely a mixed bag there. Briscoe's been able to hold on to that 6th position. Ryan Blaney actually making a little bit of a jump forward there in the... Briscoe's been able to hold on to the 5th position. Blaney making a small improvement up to 6th here. Alright, so how's everybody doing? Who's everybody's pick to win this race? Just curious to see who everybody's thinking is going to be the winner today. Let's see. Also, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and sign into the NASCAR app and go ahead and grab your free NASCAR fan reward points, assuming that you guys collect them. Those NASCAR fan reward points, you get 50 of them just for checking in on the app with the leaderboard, and those points can be used towards autographed race diecasts, race tickets, and much more. So go ahead and, again, you can pick up free points right there just for checking in on the app for each of the races. So there we go. I just went and got myself another 50 points. And then you can also go ahead and gain points for getting the dashboard question right, which currently is each of the last how many Texas Cup Series races were won by a different driver. So 7, 5, 7, 8, or 10. The last how many of those before you can find a repeat winner. And here we go. So again, they're just coming back from commercial break here, and there's a big gap forming between Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell in 2nd and 3rd. And then there's similar gaps forming between other positions, but none more significant than the gap between Gibbs and Bell right now. Let's say Gibbs is staying close enough to where if Larson makes one mistake, Ty Gibbs will be all over him to take that spot. But you got to be close enough to, you got to be hoping for a Larson mistake. And right now, this week, I think Larson's confidence is at an all-time high where he's been over in Indianapolis racing and practicing the IndyCar for the Indy 500. Meanwhile, you've got Ty Gibbs and honestly Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole, who's been on a little bit of a downswing, at least to some extent, compared to how they were at, say, Phoenix, where all the Toyotas qualified well and were running very well. So, there we go. Let's see. So, their long shots include Bowman, Keselowski, Buescher, Suarez, Briscoe. Yeah, I mean, I think if I was to bet on one of those long shots on their list, I'd probably have to say Bowman just because of Hendrick Motorsports' pedigree here. And I mean, you could say that about almost every track that, oh yeah, the Hendrick Motorsports pedigree is one of the best, but especially this year for points races, you got Hendrick, Trackhouse, Hendrick, Gibbs, Hendrick, Gibbs, Hendrick. I mean, every single race has been won by either a Hendrick or a Gibbs car, except for the Daniel Suarez win, which was a 3-wide finish, won by .002 seconds. Alright, so here we go. We're settling in. Again, Ty Gibbs, he's starting to slip a little bit, a couple of tenths here and there, but he's still keeping it close enough that, again, Larson can't relax too much here. But again, the best thing for Gibbs right now, though, is that he has no pressure from behind. It's not like he's got Bell or Reddick breathing right down his neck for the position. And the other good thing is that because those are two Toyota teammates behind you, even if they do start to close in, they might not imply the same pressure that would happen if, say, Ty Gibbs looked back there and saw, say, Austin Cindric closing in on him. This is only the 44th race in Texas Motor Speedway history. I feel like Texas has been around forever, but I say it just feels weird because, again, I know it's had 2 races for the longest time, and for this to only be the 44th points race, I'm assuming is what they're factoring in, because I assume that number doesn't include the 2 All-Star races. And they've got some highlights of people coming down from parachutes and stuff, and are they really coming to a commercial break again? Come on, Fox. This is a lot of commercials. I mean, I appreciate that, I guess, they're front-loading the commercials to try and reduce the amount of commercials late, but it feels like, I mean, we're getting a commercial every 10 to 12 laps, which definitely feels high compared to our normal here. Alright. So, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. almost at 2,500 on the NASCAR fan reward points, and we are again, we're just settling in. It's a long race, so hopefully, it'll start to pick up some steam here in a bit. But yeah, right now it's just the Kyle Larson show, just absolutely pulling out ahead of everybody. Although Ty Gibbs actually closed in about a half second. Let's go. Ty Gibbs is closed in about a half second. I want to see this. I want to see the track. Let's see what happened. Kyle Larson must have made some kind of mistake for Ty Gibbs to have closed in about a half second. Either that or he found something, because Bell and Reddick haven't made that same improvement on the lap time running board. Yeah, no, Ty Gibbs' last lap was just that much faster. And I say Bell and Reddick were also faster than Larson last time by, but I say Ty Gibbs was like 3/4 tenths of a second faster last lap. It's incredibly impressive there. And I say lap times have definitely started to fall off already, which is a little concerning, seeing the speed the lap times are falling off, although that could be a good thing, considering that would indicate that the tire wear is going to end up factoring in quite a bit at this track, unlike last week where it didn't really hurt Logano any that he went and ran the same left side tires for the first 200 laps of the race. And there we go, Talladega next Sunday. Let's go. I can't wait for Talladega. That is going to be a fun race to watch. Got a bunch of friends who are going down to the track. I unfortunately can't be there this year, which is disappointing. I definitely want to go to Talladega at some point in the years, but just not in the cards this year. As Denny Hamlin has actually passed Michael McDowell for the 10th position, and Alex Bowman goes on by Michael McDowell as well. For 11th there, so it looks like Michael McDowell's starting to fall back just a little bit here. To see if that's speed based, or if McDowell made a mistake and got way out the groove or something. And here we go. Kyle Larson has caught the lap traffic. I don't know if that's what caused this. No. Ty Gibbs has been kept back at about 6-7 tenths of a second, so Larson was able to re-extend the lead before catching the lap cars. But now that you're catching lap traffic, Larson could eventually get caught here in lap traffic here. But he goes around Kaz Gralla. That's the first lap car. And then you got Daniel Hemrick and Austin Hill, the next couple of them. Kyle Busch has still not passed anybody. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's see. Oh, and Denny Hamlin comes to pit road. Denny Hamlin is coming to pit road. I don't know if this has got to be a strategy. Here comes Ryan Preece. Here comes John Hunter Nemechek. A bunch of drivers coming to pit road here. That promotes Bowman up into the top 10. Michael McDowell back to 11th here. But, yeah, this has got to be some kind of strategy. Yep, here we go. Cindric, McDowell, Bubba Wallace all coming to pit road. Martin Truex Jr., Chris Buescher coming to pit road. Probably quicker to say who hasn't come to pit road. Here comes Kyle Larson, race leader. Kyle Larson coming to pit road. The Toyotas at the front of the field opt to stay out here. So Gibbs, Bell, both out. Here comes Tyler Reddick, comes to pit road. So does William Byron. Alex Bowman coming to pit road. Chastain, Hocevar both opt to come to pit road. Suarez stays out. Elliott stays out. Berry stays out. Todd Gilliland, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stay out. Harrison Burton stays out. Jimmy Johnson is yet to pit. Kyle Busch, Ty Dillon, Austin Hill, Hemrick, and Gralla all stay out. So far, your top 16 drivers have yet to pit. As Kyle Larson comes out in the lead of the race here. And let's see. Again, Larson hasn't come out in the lead of the race, but he's the leader of the cars who have already pit. And here we go. Here comes some more of them. Looks like the 21, the 84, the 8. Oh, whoa! Big fire on the racetrack! Sorry, in the pit lane, but big, looks like a fuel fire of some kind there. Should burn off relatively quickly. And, yeah, there we go. But, yeah, that was right in Ty Gibbs' pit box, so glad he wasn't on pit road right now. And here comes Suarez, Barry to pit road. So, Suarez and Barry coming to pit road. That leaves Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon, Austin Hill, Daniel Hemrick, and Kaz Gralla, the top 7 drivers still without a pit stop. So, 7 drivers so far yet to come to pit road here. And Ty Gibbs still has guys like Gralla and Hemrick a lap down, so if a caution flag were to fly, it wouldn't save them. Oh, and here comes Ty Gibbs to the pit lane. So Ty Gibbs coming to the pit road. Elliott, Gilliland, and Dillon, the top 3. We will be looking for to see if any of them come into the pit road this time. It's going to be a no from Chase Elliott. It's like a no from most of them. Kaz Gralla comes to pit road. Kaz Gralla comes to pit road. So a couple of guys pitting there. Ty Gibbs, we're waiting to see where he cycles out again. He was right on Larson's tail and closing when the cycle started. We'll have to see where he comes out now, that, considering the fact that he waited to pit. He stayed on those old tires longer. He lost a spot to Christopher Bell, who was like 4 or 5 seconds behind him at the time of the pit cycle starting. So Gibbs lost a ton of time here, and that is a big letdown there. Here comes Ty Dillon to pit road. That leaves the top 3 and Hemrick on the racetrack as Larson goes and passes Hemrick for 4th. So again, Larson currently passing cars for position. That's he has passed Austin Hill for the 3rd position without much fuss, and now he's got about 8 seconds up the road to Todd Gilliland to take 2nd away. That one won't be as quick to go, but I would anticipate that we'll see Elliott and Gilliland potentially pit here soon. We'll have to wait and see, but again, right now you got Bell trying to run down Larson as quick as he possibly can right now. So yeah, William Byron already has 3 wins. I don't know why I thought he only had 2. I guess he had 2 regular wins, and then he had the Super Speedway win at the beginning of the year with the 500. But yeah, the Daytona 500 feels like it was forever ago now. But yeah, Ty Gibbs now trying to run down Tyler Reddick, who he also lost a spot to there on pit road. Yeah, that pit cycle just did not go well there. Alright, let's see. 36 laps to go here. They're a lot of these drivers should be in position for just running it out to the end of the checkers, or the checkers in the stage. As they go to commercial break here, Elliott and Gilliland, those two still hanging out inside the race lead and hanging out on the lead lap. But curious to see what they're going to end up doing when they come to pit road. How far back are they going to drop? Are they going to let Kyle Larson pass them before they even pit? Alright, so there we go, and we are just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. I know I am. Alright, let's see. So, there's been at least a couple lead changes now. 2 lead changes between 3 different leaders. Ty Gibbs led some laps. You had Chase Elliott, the current leader, and Kyle Larson obviously leading prior to the green flag cycle. Alright, there we go. There we go, there we go. Alright. How is everybody's day going, though? We got 9 people hanging out in here. Looks like a UFL commercial. I don't even know what UFL games are today, nor do I have a whole lot of care. Looks like... oh, nope. These games are for next week, I'm assuming, because they say Saturday. But, yeah, DC Defenders, San Antonio Brahmas. I don't even know what a Brahmas is. I'm just waiting for the NFL draft to get here, honestly, when it comes to football. I'm actually excited for the NFL draft, but I have a hard time keeping up with the spring league, especially where I don't care about it nearly as much. Alright, there we go. So we're just settling in. Again, thank you guys for everybody that has hung out with us so far, and we'll continue to do so throughout the race. Oh, and we got a caution flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay, what is this caution for? Okay, it's a legit caution. Jimmy Johnson spins in front of a couple of the lead lap cars. I thought this might be a debris caution that NASCAR threw. I was getting ready to throw on the tinfoil hat and say, oh yeah, look, it's a caution that benefits Chase Elliott. But no, that's a legit reason to throw a caution. Good on NASCAR. Which, I will give them that because they may need it later in this race because, one, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them because they've not gotten a whole lot of reason to go ahead and they haven't given me a whole lot of reason to be confident in them. Alright, there we go. So, now under caution, the question is, do any of the guys who have already pit come for fresh tires again? That'll be an interesting call. I am curious. Let's see. I'd be at least considering it. I don't know what the amount of... I'd have to look and see how many sets of tires they were provided with. I'd at least be considering it, especially if I'm, say, Larson or Bell, who's already won a race and locked into the playoffs, where really the only thing I would gain... Actually, no, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what's even the right strategy for which. Because I think if you pit here, I think you have a better shot to win the stage because I think you'll have fresher tires. I just don't know if the fresher tires are worth that much for, say, Larson or Bell to come in. They're only on 16-lap tires, but we've seen tire fall-off be significant. But is it significant enough? Like, I guess the question is also how many of those drivers that have already pit would pit again here. Alright, looks like we got... Yeah, we got... looks like... So yeah, looks like Todd Gill and Chase Elliott coming down pit road. Oh, Ryan Blaney opts to come down pit road. That's an interesting one. Bubba Wallace coming back down pit road. So you got some interesting drivers coming down. So it looks like the drivers who desperately need the points are coming down pit road now. And the ones who just weren't running perfectly. There's Michael McDowell coming off pit road. Got the 31 of Hemrick coming off pit road. I believe he may have not pitted before the flag. And now they are going to be waving around a ton of cars here because there's a ton of cars that were a lap down to Elliott that were not a lap down to, say, Kyle Larson. So here we go. Chase Elliott here. Let's see. So Kyle Larson currently the should be the race leader now, if I'm not mistaken. And here we go. Here comes some of these lap down cars coming down pit road. Kyle Busch coming down pit road, along with Harrison Burton and a couple others. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. down pit road late here. He's coming down. I don't know what the strategy here might be. How long is stage 2? Let's see. Let's see if I can find stage 2's length here. Alright, so it'll be 85 laps. 85 plus 30, that would be... I don't know, that's a lot of laps to run on one thing. I was thinking... I mean, maybe pitting now will... maybe pitting now will set you up for an early pit stop in stage 2 to potentially two-stop it. To do 2 separate stops in stage 2. As I do not know any other reason as to why you would be stopping now. So yeah, so next week's UFL games, you got Michigan Panthers, San Antonio Brahmas, DC Descenders, and Birmingham Stallions. And I don't have a whole lot of interest in that, but just reading off what they've got for other sports promos going on. So yeah, I don't know what the strategy could be there, but here we go. Alright, let's see. Full schedule. What is the full schedule end up looking like here? So Dover in 2 weeks is going to be a little bit tough. I may be a little late to the start of that race just because I'm going to be coming home from work. Let's see. But yeah, good thing is we don't have another race like that until New Hampshire, which I might even be at. I'm likely going to end up in attendance for that race. Then we got Pocono, which might be one where I might be a little bit late. Same with Indy. Alright, but we should be good here. And we're back from commercial break. Lights are off on the pace car, and we are ready to go back racing. 26 laps to go. Coach Joe up on his grandson's pit box here. Let's see. Pace car goes down, and it is going to be green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are back to racing, and I'm surprised to see the Todd Gilliland restarting inside the top 10. Alright, let's see. And right now, Michael McDowell on the inside of on the inside of 3 wide there. He's leading that charge. Problem is he doesn't have a whole lot of energy from behind him because he's got Kyle Busch, who's a lap down in behind him. And then not much else for notable guys behind him. I think I saw Martin Truex Jr. hopping behind him, but this has always been Truex's worst mile and a half. Alright, so Larson gets out ahead of Bell. Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin, though. These three have got to be committed to trying to stay a whole lot closer than they did on the first run of the day, because there's no Ty Gibbs to bridge it right now. You know, where did Ty Gibbs go? He must have... Oh yeah, he probably pit... Did he pit a second time? He probably did pit a second time, I guess. It wouldn't have pegged him for a driver to pit twice, but again, you desperately needed the points. I could see why you would. So yeah, he's one of the last cars on the lead lap right now for Ty Gibbs, which is not very good, but you got to do what you got to do to try and find something here. But yeah, he's currently running 31st out of 32 cars on the lead lap. Alright, let's see. Now you got Hamlin coming to the back of Tyler Reddick's bumper. And they're all just trying to make something happen here, and yes, right now Larson's got control of this one. 21 laps to go. It'll be 20 at the line next time by. Here we go. Hamlin in the Yahoo car going on by. Alright, here we go. So, Mike McDowell and Gilliland still battling it out for that 10th position here. And that final bonus point for being inside the top 10 at the end of the stage. Buffalo is up, trying to get up into the mix as well. Honestly, I think Mike McDowell could even potentially challenge Chastain for 9th here before this stage is over. And now they're going to a side-by-side commercial break, so we at least get a chance to see it, keep an eye on the track. So if anything does happen, we won't necessarily miss it. Assuming that the camera angle that they pick is a good one. And doesn't miss whatever happens. Alright, so here we go. Hocevar and LaJoie both struggling right now. I don't know where Zane Smith is, but he may be the top driver from that team right now. Speaking of top drivers at their teams, Austin Hill is the top RCR driver right now. And yeah, there's Zane Smith up in the 23rd position. He is the top car from the Spire organization. And Austin Hill is in fact the highest running of the RCR camp as well. And now Michael McDowell is battling Ross Chastain for position, so I was right on that one. Let's go. Alright. As a Mike McDowell fan, I am hoping and let's see, can he somehow hold on to that 9th place? That would be amazing. If there's any chance he could run down Ryan Blaney for 8th, that would be unbelievable, but I would say that would be where I would draw the line of being at least realistic. Then NASCAR's got a Darlington ad going right now, getting ready for the Darlington race in a couple of weeks on Mother's Day weekend. And yeah, here we go. Let's see. Alright, so here we go. Dodgers Mets is the game they're hyping up for next Saturday at 3. Let's see, what's next weekend's schedule? I have not seen what the schedule of races is next weekend for, because I know Cup is at 3. Xfinity, I'm assuming, is on Saturday. I have not seen the start time though for it. It's gonna be a 4 p.m. start on Saturday. Okay. And then what time is ARCA at? I'm assuming ARCA is going to be in that time space as well here. And Elliott versus Blaney inside the top 10. All right, not bad. ARCA at, there you go, schedule. Alright, so it is a double header on Saturday. I kind of already knew that. I just am looking for a start time. Alright, and here we go. Ty Gibbs going on by John Hunter Nemechek. Not sure what position that battle is for. That's got to be further back here. Alright, here we go. 2024 ARCA broadcast schedule. So that game already happened. Right, those races have already happened. Five Flag Speedway, that race already happened. So they race 12:30. So I will not be home for the ARCA race. If I were home, I would definitely be streaming the ARCA race on Saturday. But where it's going to be a 12:30 start time, I won't be there. So here we go. Ty Gibbs up 11 spots since the restart. John Hunter Nemechek up 5. Michael McDowell up 5. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also making some big gains there. Alright, we are not doing too bad here. Let's go. Gonna go ahead and check my lineup real quick for the NASCAR Fantasy app. If you guys want to play NASCAR Fantasy and play along with me, there's a link in the description. Obviously, it's closed for this week, but you guys can get in for next week as we go to the high banks of Talladega. Alright, as long as I go and swap out Ty Gibbs with Bell, I should have a very good roster there. Second, 4th, 7th, 8th, and 11th. That should be good, but I don't know because it'll come down to who all is who all went with Larson for their pick, because Larson's looking like a very stable pick this week, considering nobody's been able to touch him for the lead outside of strategy. The more Blaney and Byron fight, though, for this position, I don't know, Mike McDowell could catch one of them. I will say, though, it's a really encouraging sign, again, to see Mike McDowell on these long runs at Texas, at a track like Texas, being able to run inside the top 10, even compete for potentially an 8th or 7th place finish in a stage. It's a big step forward here. Again, 8 laps to go, not a whole lot of time here. Denny Hamlin has been in 33 out of the 44 races that Texas Motor Speedway has had. That's impressive. Alright, so yeah, again, right now, Denny Hamlin's doing pretty well. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? So yeah, we got ourselves 7 laps to go here in stage number 1. Denny Hamlin's trying to run down Christopher Bell. I don't think he's going to have enough time here. Ty Gibbs is just basically, he's trying something, but I don't think it's going to work here. Michael McDowell passes Byron for 8th. Let's go. Let's go. Michael McDowell going up into the 8th position. Let's go. Come on, both front row motorsports cars can get points, right? Come on. Let's see that 38 get points as well. Bubba Wallace just bumped him out to the top 10 temporarily. No, I think he just, he also lost a spot to Ross Chastain. That's going to be a hard one to get back. But, yeah, right now, though, the fact that Michael McDowell, again, he's up into that 8th position, and if he can just hang on to this one, 8th is not bad for Mike McDowell at an intermediate track. So excited. Let's go. What is that paint scheme, Logano? Your AAA schemes are some of my favorites. I have one of your AAA car diecasts from the 2018 season. But I mean, his AAA schemes are usually so good, and that one's awful. Okay, I might be hyperbolic there, but the white base versus the blue base version of that scheme, the blue base is just so much better. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Christopher Bell, the only one who's been able to stay within striking distance of Larson. Then you got Hamlin and Reddick that are each spread out behind each other, about a second and a half between each driver. And yeah, right now it doesn't look like there's going to be much competition or contest here as we come down the end of the stage. I think the biggest competition or contest might come from Byron trying to pass Mike McDowell back. Alright, let's see. Again, Christopher Bell, he's hanging close enough that theoretically, if a mistake comes from Larson, he could take advantage, but... And there we go. Blaney makes a pass on Chase Elliott for the 6th position. Again, those two battling it out far enough ahead of Mike McDowell. I don't think he will catch them. But Mike McDowell starting to gap William Byron just enough to not worry. Let's see, final lap of stage number 1. Kyle Larson, he's got this one in the bag as he comes off of turn 4. It's going to be Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Reddick, Briscoe, Blaney, Elliott, McDowell. McDowell gets 8th. Let's go! Let's go! Mike McDowell gets 8th place. William Byron 9th, and Bubba Wallace rounding out your top 10 drivers, the drivers who earn points in the stage. Ross Chastain, the first driver to miss out on points in this stage. So, let's go! So, caution flag flies, and hey, I'm up in the top 5 right now. That's not bad considering how I normally perform. Okay, I'm starting to think that Dave may have had a pretty good start here. As I say, all he needs to do is move Denny Hamlin in and take out Truex, and he pretty much has the a perfect lineup there. He'd have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. He's just missing 4th. So there we go. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and use the bathroom real quick, and I will be right back, guys. I'm going to just run a quick ad, too. Alright, and we are back. We are ready for this. We should see most of these drivers coming down pit road here soon. Again, I'm curious to see what ends up happening with the pit stops and who all ends up potentially running out of tires late here. I don't know how. I haven't seen the list of how many sets of tires they got. And that could end up being a factor here today. The amount of sets of tires. If the if for example, what happened with McDowell ends up being a thing that's consistently good by pitting an extra time, even on only like 16 laps of tires. I don't know. The tire wear could end up becoming important, and as of right now, I think you're safe, but it's going to be a question mark here. The longer and longer the run goes here, or the longer and longer the day goes. Now, if we don't get a ton of cautions, you should be good on tires. Did Blaney really just stay out? Did I really just see Ryan Blaney stay out? Why is Ryan Blaney the only driver staying out on old tires? I mean, at least he was one of the ones who came at 51. But why? Why on earth is Ryan Blaney the only driver pretty much staying out on the racetrack? Yeah, 9.9 for Hamlin. And Martin Truex Jr. wins the race off pit road over Kyle Larson. I don't know if that was a two-tire stop for Truex. Larson loses one spot. Elliott up 3, moving himself up into the 3rd position. Bell loses 2 spots on pit road along with Hamlin. Cindric gaining 3. Mike McDowell comes out 7th of the cars on pit road. Reddick losing 4 spots. Byron losing 1. And then, yep, there we go. And now they're doing the a quick moment here for Bob Labonte, father of both Terry and Bobby Labonte, who passed away earlier this weekend. And, everybody in the NASCAR community, I feel like, felt the impact of that one. Although I know some people might have been a little bit confused when they read the headline at first, thinking that that was Bobby, but no, that's their dad, Bob Labonte, that passed away. But in happier news, weird. There's showing a Kansas Speedway ad here. I'm excited to see how Kansas races later this bit. But only 4 drivers in total stayed out on old tires. Why do I feel like that's going to end up being a disaster for all 4 of them? So Blaney, Ty Gibbs, both of them in my lineup, if I'm not mistaken. Austin Hill and Chris Buescher being the other 2 up there. At least Blaney wasn't the only one to do it, but again, unless you've got a decent chunk of the field doing it with you, I question the strategy. Now again, maybe this is a way to try and preserve an extra set of tires, but again, unless you start running out of tires, I don't really see this as a major problem that needed to be solved in this method or at this point. Alright, let's see. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. Just checking my messages real quick. Alright, so there we go. We double check that. Let's go ahead and check Twitter for a fun discussion. Let's see. Okay, Triggs did only take 2 tires there for track position. Okay. So there will be 5 drivers on old-ish tires with, obviously, again, Truex on 2 fresh ones. Seeing people talking about Jimmy needing to go to being a full-time owner. I don't necessarily disagree on that one. Let's see. So they're talking about. Oh, they're back from commercial break. Okay, I was gonna try and find something on Twitter to talk about, and that is a car upside down. Alright, so there we go. And yeah, that was just I just saw a picture of a regular streetcar parked upside down. Alright, and then as I say, someone had a gas can off out of the pit box. That'll be a penalty for whoever that was, but I was not paying enough attention to see who it was. So Brackett Lassie talking about why he isn't going to run 3 wide yet. Mainly just because it isn't worth it to be running 3 wide for 30th. Which, fair enough. I mean, don't blame him for, that's a very reasonable opinion to go and have. So again, Hill, Buescher, Gibbs, what is the strategy here of staying out? Because again, you're gonna have less gas on board. You're gonna have old tires here. And let's see, as they get pace cars off, it dives for cover. Green, green, green. Green flag's out, and we are back in underway, and we are racing. I guess for Austin Hill, it gives him track position, which he otherwise has been very much lacking all day. He has not really had much of any track position today outside of strategy, so perhaps that could be the cause of it. Also, Chris Buescher doing a very good job and being very proactive there to block the advancing Kyle Larson from trying to make a run on those top 4 as they were getting ready for their single file line that they were forming here. Michael McDowell once again finding a way to get in line a spot or 2 ahead of where he restarts and gets up into the 10th spot here for the restart. But yeah, the biggest thing for me with the whole strategy here, again, it just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense as to why they're doing it. But here we go. Larson goes and passes Chris Buescher, and again, he's got 4 fresh tires. He's gonna be fast. Oh, Michael McDowell trying to battle on the outside for 10th place here. Byron gets checked up by a checkup there from Christopher Bell. Let's see, Byron looking the inside on Bell. And say if those two get to battling, Mike McDowell might be able to go and just pass them both rather than. But no, it looks like Michael McDowell might be starting to fade back into kind of unfortunately, the usual front row motorsports, where they might qualify well and then they'll just slowly drift backwards throughout the race. So here we go. Let's see again. Right now, here goes Kyle Larson around the outside of Austin Hill. That would be for the second position here. He's gotten around 3 of the 4 drivers now that have employed this strategy. Now it's just down to Ryan Blaney versus Kyle Larson. Alright, and here we go. Let's see. Again, right now it's all about just settling the line here. Mikey McDowell's all the way back in 13th place. Great. Just great. Again, those 4 guys at the front, Michael McDowell will settle out in about 11th place when those 4 come to pit road or whatever. But again, we're not anticipating that they're going to end up that far off set. Alright, here we go. Alright. And it's like, still not sure why Kyle Busch is listed as a favorite for this race. So Denny Hamlin started making the passes for the let's see. Yeah, right now the Hendrick Motorsports team actually isn't running too bad. You've got Kyle Larson in 2nd, you got Elliott in 6th, you got Byron fighting it out with Truex for the 8th position. Byron's going to get 8th. And then you got Bowman, who is who knows where. But that's actually kind of normal to not know where Alex Bowman is, because Bowman usually is just quietly running somewhere inside the top 15 to 20. And okay, yep, there he is. He's 19th right now. So Bubba Wallace definitely on pace to lose a... Oh, and speaking of people off the pace, because Bubba Wallace has lost a ton of spots here. Austin Hill is about to lose a ton of them as he is out of the groove right now. And right now, right now, TexasMotorSpeedway, is a one-groove track, as Kyle Larson demonstrated by just driving the one line all the way up to the front. Although, again, he's managed to pass people. He's pretty much doing it all in the exact same way. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, here we go. Let's see. They're showing a bunch of fans there. There's the Elliott fans as as Chase Elliott's working his way up into the 5th position. Again, I am curious to see what ends up happening here. Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and find another thing on Twitter to go ahead and comment on here. Alright, 35 posts. Alright, Larson makes the pass to the lead. Okay. Happens as soon as they go to commercial break, of course. Post about Larson and Gibbs earlier. Yep. Oh, caution! Caution flag! Yeah, that's how Bowman and John Hunter Nemechek get collected up together. Caution flag flies. Thank you, Bob Pockris, which, speaking of which, if you guys haven't already seen it, me and my friends over at the Lapdown podcast had Bob Pockris on for an interview this past Thursday morning. So after you guys get done with this, go ahead and check that one out. And it wasn't even either one of them. It was looked like a tire down on Christopher Bell's car, and then the two of them spun in the background while checking up to try and avoid Christopher Bell. But yeah, that was a Bell issue. Did not anticipate a Bell issue. Hopefully it's not going to ruin Bell's day, although it probably will. Let me see. Who did I... Oh, yeah, I picked Ryan Blaney for the podcast picks. Okay, my buddy Eli is not happy about how this race is going. But yeah. So that caution flag comes out. Alright, let's see. So yeah, just kind of continuing to scroll Twitter because I'm sure we're going back to a commercial break here in any moment. But here we go. Again, just trying to see what ended up happening again. It was just guys trying to check up ahead of time, trying to get checked up for the crash that they could see up ahead. Alright, let's see. Who had, let's see. I know somebody had Bell or Bowman or some combination of them. Let's see. So I had Blaney for today. Ben has Byron. JP had Christopher Bell. That is unfortunate. Let's see. Bowman was Ashley. Let's see. And then no one had John Hunter Nemechek. Alright, so there we go. Finally, so here we go. Again, I'm expecting a lot of people coming down pit road here, and again, this is where we start to question how many sets of tires. And this is where maybe that strategy for Ryan Blaney will end up coming out okay. Let's see. Here we go, coming off pit road. Larson gains a spot. Hamlin gains a spot. Truex up 4. Chase Elliott gains 1. Michael McDowell's pit crew. Let's go! 6 spots for Michael McDowell on pit road. Let's go. I'm excited. Anytime that front row pit crew doesn't kill us, we're gonna say Mike McDowell is amazing. Anytime the pit crew doesn't kill him here. Yeah, the race. Yeah, this race has not been too bad. The beginning segment where it was just Larson the whole time definitely had me worried, but at this point, it's actually been a pretty good race. Again, 7 leaders amongst 11 different lead changes. Couple of cautions again, and no phantom cautions. These cautions are legitimate incidents. I mean, yeah, I'm not like rooting for massive crashes or anything, but again, if you're gonna throw a caution, at least it's We got that all taken care of. And they go to commercial break, which means we get to go back and scroll Twitter some more. So, Texas Motor Speedway was the site of the last 200-mile-an-hour qualifying run back in November of 2018. Let's see. Legacy Motor Club posting about their stage break. Alright, let's see. And, oh, we got new notifications. Let's see, are we going to see anything actually new? Austin Hill has gone to the garage with some kind of issue. Let's see. Somebody talking about putting Jamie McMurray in the booth because, Boyer hasn't improved over the course of his 4 years. I will say that it's kind of the biggest thing I feel like that Boyer really needed to do was that he needed to not get stale. He needed to not let his bit get stale because, like Darrell Waltrip, he managed to stay fairly unique, even though obviously he had a couple of moments of where he got a little stale, but it felt like Boyer has played too much into being a specific type of character or whatever. Oh, the 2311 cars made contact with each other there as they were coming out of pit road. Bubba tagged the back corner of Reddick's car. Alright, and here we go. And let's see, green flag's out, and we're back to racing. And here we go, Larson and Hamlin on that top side versus Todd Gilliland on the old tires, and way out of the groove go the 54 and the 23, both way out of the groove, both going right to the back of the field. No safety net there for Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace. They're both dropping like rocks to the back of the field here. And now you got the Toyota teammates battling it out for second here between Truex and Hamlin. Meanwhile, everybody's trying to find their path to get around Todd Gilliland, who is on old tires, and he is just trying to make something happen. Again, I think this might be a ploy to try and save a set of tires. Again, unless we start getting a ton of cautions, I don't see a world where this strategy benefits. Now, depending on his situation, I don't know his situation right now. I think he actually could be in an okay spot. Again, I think he might be now one set of tires up. And again, I mean, it is an insurance policy, but my biggest problem would be the concern if you're the only person on your cycle or whatever. But here we go. Let's see. So they're settling in again. Mike McDowell's lost a spot this time a spot or two on the restart this time as opposed to gaining them. Although last time on the restart he also lost a couple spots and he was able to eventually kind of slowly gain them back. Alright. Man. I got some kind of cough this week, but we're going to power through it here. We got Briscoe versus Logano here fighting it out for position. That's for the 11th position that they're battling for. Curious to see that Joe Logano's been the most anonymous of the Penske cars this week. I mean, I feel like the Penske cars are almost always a storyline, but it's usually Blaney and Logano. But so far, what's his name? Cindric's actually been more of a storyline this week, even though Cindric's currently back in 18th compared to Logano, who just passed Briscoe for 11th. But it just feels like this is the first time we've really talked about Logano outside of me critiquing his paint scheme earlier. Alright, there we go. So here we go. We got Denny Hamlin versus Martin Truex Jr. fighting it out for second. Again, these two, we've seen a bit of a battle going between these two already. Oh, and we got a spin and crash. Oh, please. No. Kyle's in the middle of it. Hopefully he avoided it, but the 77 goes for a real long spin, it looked like there. We'll have to wait and see if there was contact between the two earlier, because Kyle was way up the track as well, but if he avoided the issue there, he could be in an okay spot. But yeah, the cautions are starting to stack up, so I'm starting to think the guys who went and saved a set of tires, in particular Todd Gilliland, might have had the right strategy. Now the question is, do all the front runners here potentially stay out to try and save a set of tires where they've only been green? We went green for 12 laps. We had 12 laps between this caution, the last caution ending pretty much, and this one coming out. It would be a safe time to potentially go and stay out. Alright, here we go. Looks like some drivers, or some pit crews are up on the boards with fresh tires, so looks like at least some of them are coming down. And let's see. Pit road's open and nobody's coming. Okay, I guess they were all just faking them out, trying to fake them out. Okay. But ultimately, yeah, nobody got faked out there. I thought maybe Todd Gilliland might go, but then he would lose a ton of track position here, and he would also essentially lose that set of tires that he was up now. So, I don't know. It's a weird one. Alright, let's see. So we got a commercial break going, which means let's go back over to Twitter and see what's new and hopefully fun here. So we got Brett Griffin talking about being a spotter and showing a replay of that. Alright, let's see. Talking about how bad the restart was, host of our caution. It's actually a really cool Pokemon thing there. A ghastly humidifier with the water vapor coming off of it being colored purple with LED lights and stuff. Alright, let's see. Yep. Chase Elliott stayed out on track. Let's see. Oh, wow. MotoGP a highlight. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, looks like guys are just getting right back out and going there. Okay, getting back from commercial break, which means we gotta figure out who all is gonna be happening here. And let's see. Monster truck thing, and okay, we are officially back from commercial break, so gonna go ahead and flip back over. Oh, hey, Larson, you're missing something. Kyle Larson has lost a wheel. Yep, Kyle Larson has lost the wheel. I saw him rolling what looked like normally, but then I just see the lack of a wheel. Is there a wheel nut in there? Like, so did they leave the wheel loose or something, or what happened? I say, did they leave the wheel loose by accident, or did something mechanically break there to allow the wheel? And actually, now that I think about it, he didn't even come down pit road for tires this current caution, which means that tire would have had to have been left loose on the last caution. Like, so we ran like 12 laps on that loose wheel. I mean, it's impressive for Larson that he was able to handle that shake. But yeah, now he comes down pit road, and that just made this race a whole lot more interesting. A Larson tail end of the field penalty here at this point in the race. I mean, hey, you know what? All four Stewart Haas cars are right together. Briscoe, Priest, Barry, and Gregson, 11th through 14th. Green flags out. We are back to racing, and we got Toyota on Toyota at the front of the field. Hamlin on Truex on the front row. You got Gilliland and Reddick in row 2. Chastain and Blaney in row 3 as they all kind of start to cycle out, and Michael McDowell opting to take that outside line. It'll be a little hard for him to avoid losing some spots there, but he finds his way to the bottom, and now he can start to potentially gain a spot or two. Yeah, the bottom line is still the dominant line, although again, okay, so he actually had to, so it was a stop and hold for a lap, or was it a 2-lap hold that Larson had to suffer there? Gilliland, I believe his goal was to save a set of tires, and because nobody else was pitting on that last caution, if he pit there, he would have basically eventually lost the same set of tires he was trying to save. So I think that is Todd Gilliland's plan right now, is to try and run long enough and catch a caution to where he can save himself a set of tires. And say, and speaking of, we might have just gotten another caution. Yep, there it goes. The 4-car of Josh Berry just spins out, and that's gonna help Todd Gilliland's plan out potentially. Again, it all comes down to whether or not these drivers come to pit road, and is that going to be Larson as the free pass? Because he had just been penalized for a holding penalty or whatever for this. He got held up there, and yeah, no idea what happened there. He just got really loose right behind the 47 of Stenhouse. And let's see. First car 1 lap down is Jimmy Johnson is going to get the free pass, and he is going to be back on lead lap. Okay, it was a 2-lap hold for Larson, so Larson is 2 laps behind the race. So Jimmy Johnson gets back on lead lap here. Christopher Bell will be the next car in line for a caution for a free pass if we get another caution flag, or you could potentially end up taking a wave around at this caution if he ends up being provided with the opportunity. But yep, so that's what. But I already answered what Gillen's doing, so let's go ahead back over to Twitter and see what new posts there are. Larson, a wheel will come off, will be held 2 laps. That's what we had just figured out. Larson lost a wheel. Yep. Alright, so again, I'm curious to see what Kyle Larson ends up doing trying to race through the field here. And there was some contact there. Now I found the onboard here from Kyle Busch's onboard. Let's see. What was the contact looking like here? Because I hadn't actually seen this replay yet. Okay, so Kyle Busch was the one that kind of forced him into the tailspin, but no significant contact for Kyle Busch, so he should be A-okay from that one. I mean, it's weird, but yeah, there we go. And let's see. Just keeping scrolling here on Twitter as we got 43 laps to go in the stage 2 in the NASCAR Cup Series, and there goes Jimmy Johnson getting his lap back. And here we go. Let's see. Trying to see if we got anything else. Alright, so there we go. Clearly, there's nothing really exciting happening on Twitter, so there we go. And again, I don't post very often, so I mean, you guys can go ahead and follow me if you want. As I like and retweet stuff pretty regularly, especially cute animal videos and NASCAR stuff, but yeah, I've got 108 followers over there, but again, I don't promote it very often, but the link's always in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. But yeah, I'm curious to see though if Gillen's strategy here of trying to save this set of tires ends up being worth it in the end, though. Again, I don't know how many. Anyone know the exact number of tires that they were allotted for this race? Because I don't have that number in front of me. Anyone got that number for me? Alright, let's see. There's a frequent discussion. No other sport having commercials during the actual action. Yeah, but it's part of NASCAR's DNA pretty much at this point to have commercials during green flag racing. Not that that shouldn't necessarily change. Many sets of tires were allowed in let's see. Alright, let's see. Does J-Ski have the answer? Alright. Let's see. April, let's see. Okay, here we go. 9 sets for the race, including the tires they qualified on. Okay, there we go. That's the number I was looking for. So they have 9 sets of tires. And so far, I believe most of the field has pit at 1, 2... I think they've made 3, maybe 4 pit stops. I think most of the field is between 3 and 4 pit stops, so they should have around about half their tires left available, and they're coming up at about the halfway mark. So, again, it looks like they should be good here as they go green, 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 flags out. We're back to racing. But, yeah, this tire conversation could get interesting here pretty soon, though. Again, Gilliland, Blaney, and a couple of others have tried to take measures to save a set of tires. Ty Gibbs was a part of that group trying to save a set of tires earlier. Austin Hill tried it as well, although he got cycled so far back, I don't know where he's at in terms of pit stops at this point. But here we go. Let's see. Mike McDowell now getting to the back bumper is going to be getting to the back bumper of his teammate here, Todd Gilliland. And that's going to be interesting to see how the 2 Front Row Motorsports teammates behave inside the top 5. Although, here we go. Blaney trying to hold on to the 6th, onto the 5th position. Sorry, I didn't realize Blaney was, I thought Blaney was coming from behind trying to pass Michael McDowell, but no. Michael McDowell just drove up past Ryan Blaney. Now Blaney's going to try and cross him over. And not able to get underneath him. There we go. Michael McDowell up into the 5th position. Both Front Row Motorsports cars up inside the top 5. Let's go. Briscoe, Reddick, both down 4 spots since the restart. Hemrick down 3, and then a couple of other guys down 2. Losing 2 spots on a restart, not a big deal. If you lose 4, though, that's significant. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. Again, Chase Elliott versus Tyler Reddick. Those two battling it out for position as well. 37 laps to go. So if any of you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, you got until the end of stage 2 to go ahead and swap around your garage driver. And potentially, if you guys started Kyle Larson, maybe this would be a good time to go and bench him since he's 2 laps down with a penalty. Or maybe I think you have confidence that he'll bounce back, you leave him in. I don't know if I would necessarily make that bet that I would, but I don't have him in my lineup to begin with. I was just kind of, I wanted to try and save the use on him and figured I could find value with the other picks. And obviously it was always going to be hard to replace that level of production, but figured it'd be close at least with some other picks. So Michael McDowell now, he's kind of settled here in 5th place. He's falling a little bit behind his teammate here in the 38, and he's now got Ryan Blaney right on the back bumper here. It almost seems like Michael McDowell is only driving literally only exactly as fast as he really needs to stay ahead of Blaney. I don't know if that's just because that's all the car will give him, or if he's intentionally trying not to challenge Gilliland. Because if he can avoid challenging Gilliland, that'll avoid testing Gilliland's tires, who are with the older tires there. The less stress on the tires, the further they can go. I mean, it's not a bad strategy, honestly, for Front Row Motorsports. Again, you don't want to necessarily pressure your one of your drivers who's trying to save old tires into blowing the tire early. Especially you don't want to have that tire give out early. Because if that tire gives out before you're ready for it to be flat, you potentially end up wrecking a race car, and you go from trying to save a car to trying to save a tire to you have no race car, and no amount of sets of tires in the world would make that make sense. McDowell and Gilliland ain't what you expected. Hey, you know what? I kind of expected it. And again, I said earlier, I was really thinking about putting Michael McDowell in my lineup for today. I ultimately decided against it, per my better judgment. At least I think I did. Let me see. Did I put him in my lineup? Okay, no, I did not end up putting him in my lineup. I'm going to go ahead and bench Bell here. But, yeah, my lineup's not looking too bad there. Let's see. But, yeah, and so there we go. Gilliland loses a spot now to Michael McDowell, his teammate. And now we're going to start to see Gilliland starting to get pressured because the rest of these drivers don't want him to be able to save that set of tires or stretch it as far as he really wants to go. They want to try and make him use up as much of that tire as possible or lose a ton of spots. And right now, so far, Gilliland's actually done a very good job of maintaining the track position that he has with the old tires. Michael McDowell does not have the same extra set of tires. He is not... he's on the exact same strategy as all the rest of the leaders for the most part. Yeah, which, fair enough. As I say, he's looking like he could potentially race up there and compete for a win at the end of the day, which, hey, I would not be opposed to seeing a Michael McDowell win at Texas. We might finally have another highlight to go and put up for Michael McDowell at Texas other than just the 14-car barrel roll that he did at Texas like 2 decades ago now almost. I know it's not actually 2 decades, by the way. And we got another caution flag. Josh Berry again spins around and brings out another caution flag. So again, both front row motorsports drivers up in the top 5 as we got another caution flag for another incident here. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Scrolling Twitter again because we're at a commercial break and there's a caution flag, and I don't think we're gonna get a clip of the incident before we get back from commercial break here. Oh, yep, and here we go. They're back from commercial break, and there goes Berry around, and he's gone to the garage. So, Josh Berry is out of this race. So, Josh Berry out the race, and let's see. And let's see, are we going to see everybody coming down pit road? If the leaders come down pit road this time, I would anticipate you would see Gilliland come with them. The question is, does anybody else try and employ the same alternate strategy that Gilliland's been making work here to try and save a set of tires? Or does everybody stay out here? Again, I anticipate you're going to see some people come, and let's see, it's going to be split strategy. Most of the leaders come. Michael McDowell stays out. I am interested. Let's see. Michael McDowell could potentially be... so it's going to be Chastain, Michael McDowell at the front of the field. Let's go. Hamlin gets 4 tires and fuel. Again, everybody else here getting... so now that Michael McDowell's got the extra set of tires, I'm going to be rooting for the... extra set of tires to come into play, because I think that extra set of tires at the end of the race could be very impactful here. Speaking of extra set of tires, I believe that is Ty Gibbs coming out with a 2-tire stop as he gains 11 spots. Hamlin and Truex both losing a spot. Logano gaining 3. Blaney losing 2. Byron losing a spot there on pit road as well. But yeah, again, 11 spots gained by Ty Gibbs. I'm assuming that was a 2-tire stop. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Ross and Denny 1-2. Well, not anymore. Let's see. people talking about the Chastain versus Hamlin battles for the lead. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good fight if we had gone green flag a little bit longer. Some brown bears. Just kind of scrolling Twitter, seeing what my feed ends up looking like here. Alright, where's the controversial NASCAR stuff we can go ahead and talk about here? Alright, so 48 behind the wall, we already kind of talked about that. He is out the race. Let's see. Yeah, not really seeing a whole lot on Twitter. I guess Twitter's just being Twitter. Again, I'm not a big fan of Twitter, so I don't mind the fact that there's not much over there, but I was kind of hoping for a Twitter discussion to go ahead and comment on, or a bad take to go and laugh at. And here we go. We got the paragliders coming in with the Texas state flag. They got a Kevin Harvick, so they're showing a highlight. I'm assuming this is from either old footage from back when Kevin Harvick was in the 29 car, or they must have had a special car there. But, yep, they're plugging Kevin Harvick's new podcast, Happy Hour, that he does every Tuesday and Thursday. I guess while they're plugging podcasts, I'll plug the one I'm on, the Lap Down podcast. We upload weekly, usually on either Thursday or Fridays. We go and upload to YouTube along with all the other major podcast platforms. Again, this past Thursday, we got a chance to interview Bob Pockris of Fox Sports, and we got a chance to talk with him, and that was a pretty good interview, along with our regularly scheduled show as well. So, pretty good time, honestly. Here we go. Chastain, McDowell, Stenhouse, the top three. Let's go. Only thing this top three is missing is Kyle Busch out in front, and we would have an absolutely perfect top three. Eric Jones and Keselowski in the top five. Again, not my... Maybe swap out Keselowski with his teammate, and we would have an absolutely perfect top five if you just plug and play a couple of them. Here we go. Lights are out on the pace car. 8 cars opted to stay out to try and save set of tires here. Chastain, Michael McDowell, Stenhouse, Jones, Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Harrison Burton, and Carson Hocevar are all opting to stay out here for either track position or to save a set of tires. Technically, they're doing both, but the theory is that they're probably each of these teams are probably focusing on one or the other of those two cause and effects. But here we go. Green flag is out. We are racing, and let's see. Can Michael McDowell fight off Ross Chastain for the race lead, or is it going to be Chastain who ends up leading them around here? Come on. Michael McDowell lead at the line. No! Michael McDowell spins and there's a crash! No! 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 Oh, he was doing so well. He was doing so well. And that's going to end the day for Michael McDowell as the rear end of that car is destroyed. I say he's going to be able to get it rolling, but again, that rear suspension on that rear corner of the car is destroyed. No! Come on! Come on! And I don't even think it was Chastain's fault even, and that's the worst part, is when I don't have anyone to blame for it except for bad luck and potentially Michael McDowell trying to push the issue too hard on Chastain. Let's see, on the replay. Yeah, no, he just lost it out from behind him. Nothing Chastain did wrong. As I know a lot of people were always quick to blame Chastain for things, but no, this one was not Chastain's issue. Just got loose on the outside, and there goes Michael McDowell's day over. As he goes and spins hard into the outside wall, he should be okay. The rear end impacts are a lot better than they were a year ago. Hey, random stuff, how's it going? Alright, so we are just chilling here. Again, bummed for Michael McDowell. He was running so well. I questioned the ability to go and save the set of tires, but I don't know. Again, in hindsight being 2020, he should have just let Chastain win the battle for the lead there and fall into second place, but this is going to be, again, day over for McDowell. So now I got to root for Todd Gilliland, I guess, to try and make something happen. But, yep, there we go. And now Michael McDowell's car is stuck on pit road, which is going to leave pit road closed for a little while longer. It's going to be a short run to the checkers here. I mean, I guess the fact that Stenhouse is out front, maybe we can see some actual speed from Stenhouse's car. Just a bummer because McDowell's been doing well enough to where he theoretically could fight for, he could be in contention for a good points finish here. Let's see, live points as they run. Again, like Mike McDowell, prior to this crash, he was looking like he was going to be up inside the top 20 potentially in points by the end of the day, if not better. And now he's back in 23rd place on the standings. Gilliland and Stenhouse are both up there on the standings right now as well due to their good running position. Alright, let's see. Where is Ross Chastain, the race leader? He would be marked in 8th place right now on the final standings if he did win. If he won this race. So, yeah, that is a bummer there. But, yeah, I will definitely be going back and clipping that one. Not sure what I'll end up doing with it, but I'll definitely be making some kind of clip out of that. Actually, let me go ahead and get the time code of when that happened on the stream. So about 2 hours in. Yeah, so it happened at about about a minute 40 or an hour 40 into the stream when that happened. And that is disappointing. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Got Eric Jones up there in the top 5. Bubba Wallace up there. Host of ours running well. It's just so disheartening to see Mike McDowell. He'd been running so well all day, and then he just slip and gone he goes. 18 laps to go. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, man, McDowell just... Bubba's been running actually pretty well, but yeah, no, I don't know how he ended up in the 4th position specifically, but man... This second stage has been punctuated by just so many cautions. No, I'm not even going to wait to go and post the clip later. I'm going to go ahead and just send it now. I'm going to go ahead and do the tweet now here. Let's see. How many O's? That's an appropriate amount of O's. Mike McDowell been doing so well, it ends in the turn 4 wall. And alright, where's the emojis here? Come on, where? There we go. And go ahead and use the race hashtag so that hopefully some people actually see it. Alright, here we go. Alright, so there we go. So, lights are off on the pace car. 17 laps remain here in stage number 2. Stenhouse, Chastain, Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Keselowski the top 5. Hocevar in 6th here. And then Hamlin in 7th is the first car on fresher tires. Not on the freshest possible tires because he didn't pit under this current yellow. He pit under the previous yellow before the McDowell crash. Now we got drivers up the track yet again, and that outside line just so treacherous. In turns 1 and 2, it worked really well, and I thought Mike McDowell might have had a shot to try and take the lead. And I was cheering it on at that point. And now we got Stenhouse up in that top line. No, please don't do this again to me. Don't do this again to me, outside line. Alright, Stenhouse survives this lap. I was going to say, if this happens to 2 of my drivers on 2 consecutive restarts, I'd be calling for some, I'd be complaining that somebody must be out for my guys here. Because, those are my personal favorites. Not necessarily guys I have in my lineup or any other real reason to be rooting for them outside the fact that I just like the drivers. And now Larson's only 1 lap down, and he's the only car 1 lap down. So if we get another caution, he'll be back on lead lap, and his penalty will be all but forgotten about pretty much. And he'll just have to drive through the entire field. Oh, Kazgrala is also 2 laps down, but those are the only drivers at least 1 lap or more down. Man, that is just, again, Alright, let's see. So, Chastain, Jones, and Chastain, Jones, and Stenhouse all up in the top 3. All 3 have 50 laps on those tires. But, again, they can all rest easy knowing that they won't have to worry because in 12 laps they will get a guaranteed yellow to go and get those tires changed out. And as long as they can maintain top 10 for that time period, they'll be able to go ahead and get some points to go along with that. And here we go, Stenhouse versus Keselowski on the thing. Okay, that's looking very similar, but at least Stenhouse's car sticks. Too bad Mike McDowell's couldn't have stuck because his car was really good. But here we go. Kyle Busch starting to climb the ladder at the back half of the field here as he moves up into the 18th position here. And again, right now, Chastain, 11 laps to go. The one car currently running in position number 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and double check my lineup so you guys can, I would recommend you guys go ahead and do the same. Alright, Christopher Bell in 30th. I'm going to commit to him still being my garage guy. And I just got to check a couple other lineups, and yeah. Alright, let's see. Again, 10 laps to go. Only 10 laps to try and get any changes you guys want to do to your NASCAR fantasy lineups in. So, go ahead and get those changes submitted before you guys run out of time. Right now, you got Denny Hamlin in the outside line here. He's trying to make something work, but that outside line, again, we've seen it be treacherous. So you got to be careful here. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Byron's battling it out with Noah Gragson there for position. Alright, here we go. Chase Elliott popping out of line to the inside of Ty Gibbs here for the 10th position. Ty Gilliland's dropped 13 spots on this restart. That has pretty much eliminated any sort of good day he was potentially going to have, although he does still have, I believe, one set up. I believe he's still set up on fresh tires compared to most of the field. So, again, if that does come into play, that could be a big helping hand, but we'll have to wait and see if that ends up being a factor here. Oh, I gotta go ahead and let's go ahead and do that. Alright, just got a couple more rosters to go ahead and flip around, and then we will be back up here. We got 6 laps to go right now. Stenhouse just trying to desperately hang on to any spots he can. He's got Briscoe right now breathing down his neck for that 6th position. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. 4 laps to go here, and they're showing a replay of something here. I'm not sure what we're watching. Denny Hamlin getting up the track into the 77 there a little bit. Again, no caution, nothing major, but Blaney is absolutely on a flyer here. Alright, just got 2 more lineups to go ahead and adjust, so just give me a moment, guys. And, we're not throwing this to commercial. I don't know why YouTube feels like this is an appropriate time to go and throw it to commercial, but yeah, this is not the time. Alright, and one last roster, even though I think I already know who, I think I've already got this roster fixed, but I just want to double check who I got on this one, because this is the one with the, in the big NASCAR, NBC Beat the Broadcasters one, and I'm actually doing halfway decently. which is weird because I'm usually pretty terrible at this whole thing. And Austin Hill's out the race, so I can go ahead and take him out, and there we go. Alright, we are all set and ready for this one. Let's see. Alright, Kyle Larson starting to get ready. Again, after this caution flag, he is going to go ahead and absolutely start flying through the field. The only question is, how high can he climb? Final lap of the stage here. Can Bubba Wallace get to Ross Chastain here? You got Keselowski and Briscoe fighting it out for 5th here. Looks like Briscoe's going to win it. Off the final corner, it's going to be Ross, the boss, Chastain, taking the checkered flag for stage number 2 over Bubba Wallace. Ryan Blaney coming home 3rd. 4th, Eric Jones. 5th is Chase Briscoe. 6th, Brad Keselowski. 7th, Harrison Burton. 8th is Stenhouse. So Stenhouse still managing to hold on to 8th place. 9th was Ty Gibbs. And 10th, Chase Elliott, with Denny Hamlin being the first driver to miss out on points. So there we go. Ross Chastain with the... oh, wait, no, sorry. Tyler Reddick got ahead of Denny Hamlin for that 11th and the first spot without points being paid out. Not that it really makes a big difference battling for that spot, but every position counts, I guess, technically. But when we get to the end of the race as a whole, but, man, such a bummer, though. And Todd Gilliland ends stage 2 in 30th place. You kidding me? There we go. Alright, let's see. I do not see the difference between those two hashtags. It says that the race is trending with 2 different hashtags, but they look identical. Alright, there we go. And we got 100 laps to go here in the NASCAR Cup Series race. If you guys are having a good day and enjoying the stream, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We are steadily climbing towards 2,600 subscribers here on YouTube. So, if you guys want to go ahead and join in on the fun, go ahead and drop that subscribe. But yeah, we were just hanging out, having a good time. Well, we were having a good time, then Michael McDowell crashed, and now we're going to hopefully find another way to have a good time, but yeah. Let's see, we got guys coming down. We're going to have guys coming down pit road here. Let's see. Definitely curious to see how it ends up coming, but let's see. How many times do we say the race is the one that lost on pit road? Yeah, this is going to be an important set of pit stops. Are we going to see everybody come down pit road finally? Let's see. Is it going to be unanimous? No! Bubba Wallace, Briscoe stay out, and most of the field stays out. Alright, I'm curious. I guess this is the rest of the field trying to gain that extra set of tires that we've been going on and on about, and I'm still not convinced we're going to need the extra set of tires the way we're going. Again, I think we're on pace to maybe need them, but I wouldn't say it's a guarantee that we'll need them. But everybody's playing the strategy. I mean, again, I think it's smart to try and save the extra set of tires, especially if you can hold on like Noah Gragson was doing, and or not Noah Gragson, Todd Gilliland was doing. So Blaney wins the race off pit road. Chastain loses a spot. Keselowski up 1. Jones down 1. Nobody really gaining or losing more than about 1 spot there. And man, come on, Michael. Just, again, it's more of a heartbreak than it is being frustrated with anybody. But man, again, I was starting to believe that, hey, maybe if we can just stay in the fight all day long, maybe we end up getting ourselves a top 5 finish at the end of the day. Might even be in position for a race win. So there we go. But yeah, all that down the drain at this point. Alright, let's see. Let's see if there's something on Twitter to go ahead and mention. Oh, Battlehawks are playing right now. They're up 17-9, it looks like. I believe, are they playing the Brahmas right now? I think so. Let's see. Time Xfinity Series being the best race of the weekend, I don't think there's any question about that right now. Considering the way that race finished up. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's see. I'm just trying to scroll through Twitter, see if I can find an interesting NASCAR discussion to go ahead and talk about. Here we go, Jeff Gluck. He usually has something good to say. Well, I guess there's not going to be a lot of pressure on the... I guess there's going to be a lot of pressure on the pit crews today. Yeah, basically referring to the fact that these, the tires are going, the tires aren't wearing as much in terms of trying to pass and stuff. Alright, let's see. 2 out of 3 stages completed. We're back from commercial break. They're showing the progress of Keselowski throughout the day. Let's see. Come on. There's got to be something for a good... Oh, wait. Oh, we got new posts. Let's go ahead and refresh. Let's see. I am curious to see how Kyle Larson does now that he'll be back on lead lap here. Let's see. Come on, there's got to be something good here on Twitter, but it looks like nope. Mike McDowell has been evaluated and released from the infield care center. Not a perfect story, but hey, it's a lot better than it could have been. Alright, so there we go. Inside and outside, so it's going to be Bubba Wallace and Briscoe on the front row. Burton and Gibbs in row 2. Row 3 will be Reddick and Chase Elliott. Hamlin and Byron make up row 4. Row 5 is Zane Smith and Noah Gregson. And here we go. We're going to be getting ready for this one. To get back going. Top 16 drivers all stayed out. Yeah, Blaney in 17th, Chastain in 18th. The first two drivers on fresh tires. And almost nobody earned a lot of stage points here today. The most earned was 13, which, I mean, 13 is a fair amount, but usually we see whoever won stage 1 usually in the mix for stage 2, but obviously the 2-lap penalty from Larson made that not a thing. And let's see, if I scroll all the way down, he should be lead lap, right? Let's see. Yep, Larson is lead lap, and we're going to see him charge through the field. So if you guys like watching guys passing cars, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to keep my eyes out on Larson at the very back of the field here. And here we go. Burton already looking for potentially 3 wide on Bubba here, but not going to have the speed or the acceleration to try and get to that inside. Yeah, and here we go. Off of turn 3 or off turn 2. There we go. That's the time for Burton to try and make that move. Harrison Burton 3 wide. He has got the bottom of the racetrack, and oh, Bubba way up the track. Bubba Wallace is around. Bubba's around. No, and there goes Briscoe as well into the outside fence, and that's gonna be caution flag out after only about half a lap, and there goes another one. I say 3 wide in the middle was always going to be a precarious spot there. Surprisingly, Bubba's car looking pretty decently comparatively. Briscoe took some damage. He got a flat tire. He had to come down and get that fixed before it came apart and started tearing up his fender. But ultimately, all of this goes back to off of turn 2. Harrison Burton goes all the way down the bottom and makes it 3 wide entering, and nothing Bubba or Briscoe could do at that point. They just had to... one of them, I guess, could have throttled out of the situation, but you throttle out in that situation on a restart, and you're going to have 25 to 30 cars absolutely hammering on your rear bumper trying to get by. I mean, I don't know how much throttling out would have been an option there. But, yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And, again, I think there's some level of blame to be said on Bubba because, yeah, he could have throttled out he could have tried to throttle out. But, again, as I said, you do that and you probably get run over from behind. But you at least avoid taking out Briscoe with you, potentially. But Briscoe could have also backed out and avoided that. So, I mean, again, it's a racing deal. One of them racing deals. And again, the ultimate cause was Burton going and making it 3 wide, and neither of the other two deciding to back out of the 3 wide challenge. So, alright, there we go. Let's see. Yep, as a Bubba fans talking about being in the middle being a bad idea. Yep. We got Harrison Burton highlight and trouble in turn 4. Or turn 3. Alright, let's see. Gillen's up to 24th position. Let's see. How high did Larson get before the caution flew? Let's see. Kyle Larson got up to 33rd. So he didn't even really pass anybody before the caution flew. So, I mean, I know it was only at like half a lap, but I was kind of hoping we might see something from him before the caution coming out would be a problem. Alright, so here we go. Alright, 2311, talking about the damage to the team being minimal. Let's see. someone talking about a baseball thing. Someone talking about there's an animal post. But yeah, I will say this field has been this race has been crazy. Because between all the caution flags just for the most random things, and again, this track being slick certainly is not. It is not a easy thing to go ahead and race at this track, and I certainly don't think this makes the track instantly good just because this race has been pretty good. I think a lot of this again comes down to a lot of the issues are coming from the fact that the field is very slippery, but let's see. I mean, at least Briscoe got a ton of stage points. He got 12, so he's second most in stage points there. And here we go. So Burton Reddick, row 1. Hamlin Elliott, row 2. Zane Smith and Ty Gibbs, row 3. Row 4 is Byron and Busher. Row 5 will be Truex and Gregson. Cindric and Haley making up row 6. Row 7 is Blaney and Nemechek. Kozlowski and Priest, row 8. And we are going to be getting ready for the restart. So here we go. Alright, let's see. I wish I could get a little bit more frequency with the with getting some good NASCAR discussions and finding them on Twitter. I mean, I could specifically go to the NASCAR hashtags and stuff to see what's being said, but here we go. Again, we're going to be getting ready for the restart, so. And here we go. Pace car diving for cover. He's say, it better run and hide because there's going to be trouble almost immediately. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. Harrison Burton takes the race lead, and he is going to try and run away with it. 11 different leaders, 16 lead changes, and 9 caution flags, almost all of which coming in stage number 2. So here we go. The 21 of Harrison Burton out front, and he is going to try and make this one work. We got 4 cars out the race. Berry, Hill, McDowell, and Bowman. And here we go. Zane Smith cuts right up in front of Chase Elliott. I thought that was about to be another wreck, but somehow they survived the crossover there, and the number 71 car for Zane Smith is it's still in one piece. Hamlin and Reddick, though, those two are going to be hounding Harrison Burton here soon. Up the track for Tyler Reddick as he tries to arc it, and we cut to 3 wide here as Kyle Busch is falling further back. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can watch them actually arc the corner this time rather than cutting away from them as they were getting ready to see the really exciting part of the arc. Here we go. On the outside of turn number 2, Reddick goes and takes the lead from Harrison Burton. Denny Hamlin in third here. And let's see. Everybody's kind of gotten single file out. Oh, one car up against the fence. It's John Hunter Nemechek into the fence. And, where's he going to end up coming down? He's going to try and get down right in front of Kyle Larson. They managed to avoid wrecking, but, man, that was a bad point in time. And, we got a yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. It's... Are you kidding me? Ryan Blaney with an issue. Are you kidding me? Come on. Seriously. Yep, there we go. Ryan Blaney just no real idea as to what even happened there. I gotta see I gotta see that again, because I had no idea what caused that. Alright, let me see if I can back this up a bit here to go ahead and see a replay of this wreck that just happened. Okay, so there we go. I'm backed up here. I'm seeing John Hunter Nemechek in the fence, and then we see the flag go yellow here into turn 2. Alright, I'm just trying to get... Okay, so yeah, there's them hitting the wall. Okay, well, I'm gonna just have to hope that they show the replay again, or I can find the replay on Twitter, maybe. But, yeah, went and tried to back it up to see if I can catch it. Alright, let's see. See if I can find the replay on Twitter so I can go ahead and... let's just go to NASCAR Twitter. No, this is just their most recent post was about the previous wreck. So yeah, Blaney in the fence was definitely not what anybody really wanted to see, and he was my pick for the race and in my lineup, so that ruins that. So we got under 100 laps to go, and more cautions flying everywhere here. I'm still looking for this replay so I can watch it on my phone real quick to see that again. Alright, come on. NASCAR. Okay, here we go. Now I got the replay up on my phone so I can get a better look at this. No idea. His car just took off for the fence. That is a strange wreck for sure here. Real strange caution there. And here we go. Let's see. Alright, well, we were settling in. Again, just seeing the amount of, can't say you've been a fan of this race. Yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to it being a fan of this race, it's been entertainment. It has not been a good race. That's how I would say it. This race has been super entertaining, not exactly a good race or a good sporting event necessarily. The competition level feels like it's not really there because of the fact that every 5 seconds for the last hour we've been having just wreck. Now if we could get into a nice green flag run like we were in stage 1 and in the latter part of stage 2 maybe, then we can maybe start to see something happen, but yeah, Burton leading for a little bit was definitely nice. Reddick and Hamlin being out here. I mean, even Zane Smith. I mean, remember, he's a rookie. out here, and he's running inside the top 5. I mean, his car is definitely not good enough to actually stay inside the top 5, but he's up in the top 5 for now. Same thing with Harrison Burton, making it work up there. So, and here we go, diving out of line to try and go around the damaged car of Christopher Bell. And we got Kyle Larson on Christopher Bell trying to, the two of them trying to get around each other. Stenhouse up into the top 10 still. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to complain. Nah, Stenhouse still up there. If McDowell had been able to stay in this race and potentially fight for the win, this race would have been 10 times more interesting for me, but that ended up... you really thought Bubba Wallace had the win? Yeah, I mean, he looked good, but ultimately the crash happened at the wrong time. And now we got, Chastain squeezing out of there. I'm assuming I'm caught up to live. Okay, yeah, I am caught up to live. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't watching, like, a couple seconds backed up here. But here we go. So, yeah, you got Eric Jones just making non-stop blocks here on the one of Chastain. And I say, Hamlin versus Reddick at the front of the field. Even, honestly, I will say it's refreshing to see Chase Elliott up into the top 5. Because, I mean, just seeing non-stop Byron Larson from that team and nothing from the other two has definitely been tiresome to an extent. Even if it is going to be a Hendrick Motorsports win, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Chase Elliott or Alex Bowman win at this point. But those two, the fact that they are just knocking off win after win after win, those two. And again, for the last 2 years, it's been basically just the 24 and the 5. Now, obviously, last year was extenuating circumstances because Elliott's injury, Bowman's injury, Elliott's suspension for right-rearing Hamlin at Charlotte. But, yeah, again, extenuating circumstances last year, but for at least 2 years, it's been the Byron and Larson show. And here we go, Jimmy Johnson looking to the inside on this one. You need Bowman to win. Is he the only thing keeping your fantasy lineup looking relatively good, or do you just have a bet on him to win or something? Oh, okay. You don't care if it's just once this year, but you need him to win, but not necessarily about him having to win today. I'd be all for seeing an Alex Bowman win. Now, is it my preference? No, I'd love to see Michael McDowell or Kyle Busch go and get the win, or even Stenhouse, but as I say, I would not be complaining about a Alex Bowman win for sure. So Kyle Larson up to 25th right now. He's still struggling in the mid to back half the pack. No fantasy yet. Alright, well, hey, you know what? If you ever want to join in on fantasy, link is in the description if you want to join in on our fantasy league that we got going. We got 15 people actively making picks in there. But, yeah, so I would love to see Bubba win a race, and honestly, I'd love to see Bubba absolutely just dominate a race to go and eliminate any of the criticism that, he only wins in when the conditions are perfectly optimal or whatever. Yeah, Eric Amarola, Rajah Caruth both winning down in the Xfinity and trucks. Why not those three? Okay, I saw you say Bubba. I saw you say Bowman. Did I miss a third name in there that you said you needed a win from this year? Or did you mean to say why not those two instead of saying those three? But again, Kyle Larson is starting to make some stuff happen here. Kyle Larson on Bubba Wallace here. They're about to go and battle it out here. 73 to go. let's see. Again, settling in here. It's a long run. As I say, we got a long way to go here. Just settle in for a nice long run. Blaney's back out on track, so he's not out of the race, but man, he might as well. Okay, yeah. As I say, McDowell or Gilliland, I'll definitely be cheering on a Michael McDowell win. Maybe at a road course later this summer, but it's going to be a hard one. But, yeah, Ryan Blaney down 8 laps. He's just out here to collect points for anybody else who ends up wrecking out later. And let's see. I am currently 6th place in the Fantasy League. After Blaney's crash, Bubba's crash, Bell's recovery drive that I didn't believe in. Mainly because Bubba and Blaney hadn't crashed yet when I made that decision. My dad's leading the Fantasy League. Shocker. Although he has Bubba in his lineup too. But he's just managed to avoid having guys like Larson, I guess. It seems like the right day to have avoided Larson so far, which means Larson's probably going to end up winning this race. Because anytime it seems like the right time to skip on Larson, you know he's gonna show right back up at the end and probably win the race. But yeah, I would like to see a couple of surprise winners in the Cup Series. I mean, Suarez was actually a nice breath of fresh air at Atlanta a couple weeks ago with the amazing finish that we got there. We go to Talladega next week, so that'll be a fun one to watch, hopefully. Got Tyler Reddick starting to pull away from Hamlin. He's got about a 2-second gap here. Got Chastain going by Harrison Burton here. But yeah, Talladega next weekend. And also, don't sleep on Dover for a potential surprise winner. If you guys remember, a couple years ago, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got a 2nd place finish at Dover. Second to Chase Elliott won in the spring race at Dover a couple years ago. So yeah, don't forget about it. It could definitely happen. I know it's a whole lot less likely. Yeah, I wish Norm Benning got sponsored. Yeah, Norm. Oh, and we got the 21 car coming down pit road. Not sure what he's pitting for, but the 21 car on pit road. As I say, it's too early to really be starting the cycle, I would imagine. As I say, unless your goal is just to be the absolute first one on pit road for tires to try and make it the distance. As I say, yeah, Mr. B sponsoring a race car in general would be amazing. Can't imagine what kind of paint scheme they can make up with all the different colors that he's got between all the different brands. So Stenhouse is currently the furthest up the field of the drivers who pit most recently. Stenhouse having pit 34 laps ago compared to everybody else who's been. It's been a minute since they've been on pit road. Could we? As I say, I wouldn't rule out a Stenhouse win today. The way he's driving, maybe it's the absolutely massive bias on from me onto Stenhouse, but he's looking not too bad, and he's got the fresher rubber right now while they're all in the same cycle, or they theoretically are, because they'll all make one more pit stop to the checkers. Again, theoretically, if the race goes green. If it doesn't go green, who knows how many more pit stops we might see. But 64 laps to go, and yeah, right now, Hamlin, Reddick, I say they're definitely doing pretty well here. Let's see. Again, Kyle Larson is making his way. He's up into the top 20. He is up to 19th here, and he's going to continue to climb higher and higher. Just curious to see, can Stenhouse get by Truex? Can he get by Gibbs? Can he get by some of these other guys up here? And let's see. Not even sure. Oh, they were showing the gap between the two. It's a nearly 5-second lead between Reddick and Hamlin now. Reddick has just such a overwhelming lead right now that it's going to be hard to imagine that getting eaten into. Although it could definitely happen if he just has a couple bad laps. But problem is Reddick doesn't make very many mistakes either, so. And yeah, there was Cindric came down pit road for fresh rubber as well. So I'm assuming that maybe they are trying to start this pit window very early and see if they can maybe start dragging some of these guys to pit road. Because if you guys can force these guys to pit road sooner, potentially get them caught a lap down, and or you potentially, if you can get on pit road first, get the fresher rubber, take advantage of it before they come to pit road while they're running potentially. They're not even running that far off their best laps of the race, though. I mean, Tyler Reddick's last lap was a 29.4. His best lap of the entire race was a 29.1. So, I mean, he's only 0.3 of a second off his best lap of the entire race. So, Kyle Busch back up into the top 20. Let's go! Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson both working their way through the field together. Alright, let's see. So, Ty Gibbs, you got Martin Truex Jr. working their way through the field. Alright, let's see. Who are we going to end up seeing here? Martin Truex Jr. versus Ty Gibbs. Those two battling it out for the 6th position on track. And here comes Stenhouse. He's going to try and take them both. And again, Stenhouse has fresher rubber than both of them, so I would imagine that he'll make this pass pretty easily, but he does not want to try and wreck them. At least in theory, he wants to just try and work his way around these guys without wrecking them. And because right now he wants this thing to go as a long green flag stint. Because right now he's making up a ton of time on the track. And then once they all come to pit road, they'll be more leveled out, and he's going to just be about more defending the positions that he's gained as opposed to actually being able to gain some new positions there. Alright, let's see. His last lap, he's about... Oh, here we go. William Byron, the first driver inside that top 10 to come to pit road. I was going to say, Stenhouse is only about 0.3 off of his best laps of the race right now, where he's running with some slightly fresh rubber. But I'm imagining William Byron is going to start drawing some of these guys to at least consider pit road here. So let's see. We got Chase Elliott coming down pit road. Again, we're expecting to see there's no Gregson also on pit road. Alright, are we going to see Tyler Reddick? And let's see. Yep, Tyler Reddick slowing down for pit road. Tyler Reddick coming down pit road. Who else is coming down pit road? Is Hamlin hits pit road? Is Zane Smith going to stay out and lead a lap? Zane Smith is losing a couple of spots here. Martin Truex Jr. stays out. Stenhouse stays out. Chastain stays out. But, yep, not Chandler Smith. Zane Smith comes down pit road. Yeah, I mean... And I say, at Daytona, leading laps is definitely an easy thing for some of these drivers who don't have quite the same level of talent to do, but... And I say, see, if you're looking for it kind of seeing that actually kind of reminded me back to Brendan Gaughan in the number 75 leading some laps at Talladega in 2017 during the Dale Jr. farewell race. Yeah, Brendan Gaughan got up there, led some laps due to a timely caution at Talladega for that one. And he actually had a pretty strong car when he actually got some track position. But here we go. Stenhouse is in the pits. He gets his stop done. Martin Truex Jr. also in pit road with him. So far you got Chastain, Logano, Keselowski, Preece, and Gilliland all still out there. Nemechek, LaJoie have both not pit. Larson, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell have not pit. I don't think Bubba Wallace or Briscoe have come to pit road. Hocevar hasn't. Suarez hasn't. Dillon, Hemrick, and Gralla haven't. So I believe we've got 18 drivers who have yet to pit here. And let's see, there goes somebody just dipped down to pit road, but I did not get a chance to see who they were before they before their name dropped out of the top 10. Nemechek. So John Henry Nemechek comes to pit road. And let's see who else is going to be coming to pit road here. Denny Hamlin with a significantly faster pit stop there. Mainly because Tyler Reddick's pit crew with a catastrophic issue of some kind. An 18.4 second stop for the pit crew. I mean, even Denny Hamlin's 11.2 is a rough time for the pit crew. But, yeah, an 18-second pit stop. Something had to have gone horribly wrong there. And here comes Chastain down pit road. Now we got Logano and Keselowski out in front of the field with Preece, Gilliland, LaJoie, Kyle Busch up into the top bit. You got Kyle Larson is coming to pit road now. And there we go. A nice short stop there. 4 tires and fuel for car number 1 for Ross Chastain. Let's see. Hamlin is up to the 16th position, so I believe we've got 15 drivers who have not pit so far. No. No. Martin Truex Jr. is coming back down. No. Another driver with another issue. I don't know if it's a loose wheel or if it's a speeding penalty. I've not seen anything on screen to indicate a speeding penalty, and I didn't get a chance to see the green flag roll through too well to know if there was a penalty. Oh, here we go. Loose wheel for Martin Truex Jr. on the stop. That is disheartening there for the number 19 crew. So at least he was able to be aware of it and was able to get back down pit road to try and avoid having a tire come off on the racetrack like what happened with Larson. Oh man, I've had a really hard time with this cough today, but alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. We got 15 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, if you guys are enjoying this live stream, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. We've been doing these types of streams for over a year now, and I've been having a ton of fun doing them. Hopefully you guys are enjoying hanging out in here. And, yeah, right now, again, Logano, Keselowski. Oh, Bubba Wallace coming to pit road. I was going to say, Logano, Keselowski still out here on track. Reddick has actually passed Denny Hamlin for the lead driver of the cars who have already pit. Alright, so here we go. The question is, how long will Logano stay out there? And what about the other guys behind him? Keselowski, Preece, LaJoie, Kyle Busch. How long will those guys stay out here? Because we'd imagine some of these guys are going to be coming to pit road here eventually. But, yeah, I guess the ultimate question is really, would you rather have an 18-second stop, but they get everything tight on the first stop, or or have a loose wheel and have to potentially come back down for for them to tighten the thing. Yeah, as I say, we've been having some fun. As the off season starts to get closer and closer, as I say, I'll definitely have some. I'll also be bringing back the NFL streams, streaming the NFL games that we did throughout the latter half of last year. Basically, whenever a good NFL game doesn't overlap with either my league racing or a NASCAR race. So, like, for example, Monday Night Football might be a thing I might stream. I might make that a consistent thing. Or if my Colts ever end up playing in a time slot that isn't the Cup race. But, again, we'll have to wait and see what the NFL schedule ends up looking like. That probably won't get released until May or so. I saw Green Bay versus Philadelphia is going to be happening in Brazil. Or is it in Brazil or is it just in South America? I know it's going to be happening in South America. I just didn't take note of exactly which country in South America they were going to be playing in. But here we go. They got the Xfinity Series Dash for Cash commercial here. Say the good thing about the way the Talladega race ended is that all 4 drivers are full-time drivers who finished in the top 4, so makes your Dash for Cash participants nice and easy. You got Sam Mayer, Ryan Sieg will both be eligible for Dash for Cash next week, along with who was 3rd and 4th. I know they were both full-timers. Allgaier and Allmendinger. Okay, so honestly, that is a stacked lineup for the Dash for Cash for Dega. And oh, we got a crash! We got a crash! It is, I can't see the number, I believe that's the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek. And we got a caution flagging. Joey Logano and Keselowski just made the right call here, and they have managed to lap a decent chunk of the field here. And we got a caution with 39 laps to go. If I'm on the lead lap, I'm coming to the pits, I think. I think this is the decision. We had a long green flag run there, and I think the question is whether or not this is the time where you come and get those tires because you might not come back again. Alright, let's see. And, oh wow, I hadn't seen the rear end. Yep, nope, that car is junk. Yep, so, he is straight out of the race at this point. Nothing he can do here. So, Michael McDowell comes home 35th. That is disappointing. I mean, at least he's going to earn more than 1 point. But, yeah. He was having such a good race, though. And here we go. Let's see. Again, I would be shocked if Logano and Keselowski, if they try and stay out on the track, but you know somebody is going to try and stay out. Now, I'll have to see how long, like, when the last time some of these guys were on pit road, but could someone like a Kyle Busch or a Chase Briscoe try and stay out and trap some of these guys' laps down? I mean, especially if you're expecting cautions on the restarts, do you potentially try and make that happen? I mean, it'd be a jerk move to do, but do you try and do that? Especially if you're someone like, again, like a Kyle Busch or like a Chase Briscoe who might be a little disgruntled with the way that your car has been handling today. Let's see. Busch, Briscoe, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, or Kaz Grala. Those are really your only candidates to pull that move. I think Ty Dillon and Grala, I think, are too far back to make the move work. So I think it would have to come from Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, maybe Austin Dillon. But I think one of those 3 would have to be the one to try the staying out to trap people laps down. And it would come down to who is actually a lap down to all of those guys. Because obviously we know who all is a lap down, but just because they're a lap down to, like for example, Ty Gibbs isn't a lap down to say, Kyle Busch in 5th. But he is a lap down to the leaders of Logano and Keselowski. So we'll have to wait and see. And here we go. Yep, nope, no one's pulling that strategy. They all peeled down pit road, and that's going to be pit stops galore here. And a couple of guys from that back half that had already pit coming back down for fresh tires. Alright, so here we go. 10.4 for Keselowski. A 5-second stop for Kyle Busch. That had to have been 2 tires. There's no way they did 4 tires in that frame of time. Kyle Busch getting really close to Priest's rear bumper. I don't know if he was upset with Priest or something or what, but he was getting really close to that rear bumper. And almost looked like he was swerving at him a little bit too. Logano losing 2 spots, Keselowski losing 3. Gralla gaining 5 spots on pit road. Ty Dillon gaining 4. Hocevar and Austin Dillon both gaining some spots as well. So there's some people who lost major spots. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. So, Reddick, Hamlin, Elliott, Priest look to be the top 4. Oh. Okay, so... Alright, we're waiting to see everything cycling around. Okay. We have a total of like 6 drivers who have... we've got like 6 drivers who have not... who didn't pit on that one, so this is going to be a bunch of fresh tires stacked up right behind the leaders here. Reddick, Hamlin, Elliott, Byron, Chastain, all on all on older tires here. Kyle Busch, we believe, is on 2 fresh tires here. And then pretty much everybody from Busch on back is Priest and Busch on back is going to be 4 tires here. And here we go. There's the pace car pulling over to wave by the cars that were a lap down. Putting a bunch of cars on the lead lap. But yeah, they were able to pit and not lose a ton of spots. Kyle Busch is right back in this thing. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. So, they were just showing some a highlight of people from Prosper, Texas, which happens to be hometown of Chris Buescher, who popped off last year with 3 wins to close out the regular season. I didn't get a chance to see all the ones there because I was checking to see what my buddy Eli was talking about with the with Kyle Busch being back up in the mix. Honestly, I don't think 2 tires is as bad of an option as he seems to. Say he's very much against the idea of 2 tires here. He thinks it's got to be 4. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic here. I think we could theoretically see a run from Kyle Busch here. Let's see. And again, I mean, if we took 4 tires, we start a couple spots further back. I mean, again, it's like, okay, yeah, we wouldn't have lost much if we took 4 tires. Honestly, I probably would have recommended it. Now that I'm actually kind of thinking things through, but I don't know. I'm optimistic to say that maybe two tires won't kill us, especially where we get to where we're going to be lining up on the inside line here. All the cars trying to swerve to get the tires cleaned off. Pace car is off. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. And let's see. Chase Elliott looking to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide. Through the middle, that's through the middle of 3 wide there for Reddick. But now we got Chase Elliott in the Hooters machine out in front. And, oh, whoa, someone is swerving a ton out there. Who is that? I can't tell who that orange car is on the inside. But we got Chase Elliott out in front of the field now. Elliott ahead of Hamlin. Haven't seen this before. Martinsville 2017. Phoenix 2017. I'm trying to think of some other times we've seen them together. But yeah, those two have definitely had their issues in the past. And I say 42 wins or 42 races since the last Cup win for Chase Elliott here. Yeah, now it's time for those two tires to start eating Kyle Busch alive. Although again, he won't drop very far because the okay, so it was the 99 Suarez, by the way, who was swerving. But yeah, because Kyle Busch theoretically won't lose too many spots due to the two tires, just because at some point he's going to get to the guys who waved around and they're on like double-digit tires to start the run. Which is not great, but it wasn't bad enough that they needed to pit, otherwise they would have stayed a lot down. Again, definitely coping here with this one. Hey Gixie, how's it going? And here we go. Let's see. We got the 22 Olegano on the outside of the 3 of Dylan. Fighting out for that 10th spot. And right now, Chase Elliott has the lead. Can Denny Hamlin run him down and make something happen here? Again, so far, the strengths we've seen from the Chevys versus the Camrys is that we've seen the Toyotas be better on the short tracks and under braking, and the Chevys seem to be much better on the higher speed 1.5 miles, like at Vegas. Now again, we only had one race of information before this one to go off of, but that seemed to be the strengths and weaknesses so far. And yeah, so that would imply that Elliott should be better than Hamlin on this track, assuming equal tires, but things like that can always be different. I mean, this track is not Vegas. Trust me. We're well aware. We wish this was a Vegas race, because Vegas is just such a better track than Texas is right now. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Getting Kyle Larson up to 21st. He's trying to make something happen, but I don't know. 26 laps to go. I think if you're Hamlin, you gotta stay close. You can't afford to, like, drop back and then power back later in a few minutes when you have some help potentially from behind, and or I think you just got to try and make what you can happen now. So Keselowski on fresh tires here. Man. So Keselowski's on the freshest tires here. He's going to be trying to make his way through. He's going to get to the back of Chastain first here. And there we go. Yep, there's Keselowski swerving out of line. Could this end Keselowski's winless streak dating back to what? It's over 100 races now since Keselowski's last win. But it was what? 2021 Talladega, I think was his last win back in the 2-car before Cindric took over, because he hasn't won in the 6-car yet. Still been waiting for that 6-car to get back to victory lane for the first time in a while, but here we go. Let's see. Chase Elliott out in front here. Denny Hamlin in behind and side by side for third. Let's see. Can Keselowski at the line. Keselowski was third at the line here. The battle between those two, him and Reddick, is going to be a good one here. Again, Reddick's got a little older tires, but based on what we've seen this race, I think we think Reddick's car is better than Keselowski's. And we got side by side for the lead as well. We got the 9 and the 11 side by side off of turn number 4. Coming to the start finish line, it's going to be Denny Hamlin at the line that time. Denny Hamlin at the line that time for the lead of the race. Not by much, but Denny Hamlin is able to power around the outside and clear. And oh no! Contact with the outside wall. That's contact for the 45 of Reddick. And Tyler Reddick now has scraped the outside fence, and that is not a very good day for Tyler Reddick. He was hoping to keep this thing in one piece. Now, the good thing is he didn't bring out a caution from it. Now let's see a replay of what happened, because we were focused over on the... oh, wow. He just got arrow push or something. That was really weird. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was a great save, but yeah, it's just once you scrape that fence, it's like, okay, what? Going through the checklist of every little thing that goes wrong after that. 20 laps to go. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, this is not the way anyone really wanted this race to go. And here we go. Average of the last caution. 18 laps to go, so in about 2 laps. Now, granted, that's only a 2 race average for average of the last caution, because we've only had 2 races in the next gen era, because Texas has been bad enough that they've stopped running 4 races a year at this track, or 2 races a year at this track. So the averages are definitely not set in stone, but we'll have to wait and see if the law of averages holds steady at around 18 laps to go. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. We got 18 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's popped in here. NHRA 4-Wide Nationals on after this. So, I might watch that afterwards, but yeah, it looks like Reddick has finally stabilized himself in the 7th position. He's not too terribly far back in terms of positions, but he's now over 4 seconds back from the battle for the lead now. Meanwhile, Keselowski has marched his way up into the mix here. He's about to pass Elliott, and then he'll be on to Hamlin. This could be interesting. Could Keselowski end up taking this one away? Larson's fought his way back up to the 18th. Not bad. Honestly, I'm definitely curious to see how far, though. And let's see, are we riding on board with Keselowski in that top box, I believe? Yep, that's got to be Keselowski. So, again, Keselowski closing in on the back bumper of the 9 at Chase Elliott. You got to get around him quick, though, because you cannot waste time trying to get to Hamlin, because Hamlin will not give you too many opportunities to try and pass him. So, here we go. Let's see. Again, looking through the field, you got William Byron inside the top 5, but honestly, the rest of the top 5 is pretty crazy when you look at it. Cup champions, winless streaks, yep. Because the only 3 that have a full year winless streaks going right now is Keselowski, Elliott, and Logano. Are the only ones with year plus winless streaks. Then you've got Kyle Busch, who his last win obviously was at Gateway last summer. And then you've got Martin Truex Jr., whose last win came in the playoffs, I believe, last year or right before the playoffs. And oh no! Stenhouse, no! Caution! Come on! There goes another one of my guys. I mean, I kind of let go of the confidence that I was having in him because of once he got on equal tires, he was just nowhere near as good as he was. Oh, he is fighting to try and get to the pit road, but he's got a flat tire, and he is just smoking the rear tires, trying to fight his way to the pits, because he knows if he needs assistance to get to pit road, he is going to, and he would be out of the race. But if he can get himself to pit road without help, all right. So what happened to him? He just goes in behind the 54 and just gets a whole lot of, he gets really, really tight there and just gets pushed up the track just due to the air. That is unfortunate there for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Slides up into the fence, and he will probably be, well, he'll certainly be out of any shot to win this race. Curious to see what Brad Keselowski ends up doing, though. He's third place right now. I think easy answer would be he'll take inside second row here. Question is, do we see any pit stops from the guys who have been on track for now about 40, 50 laps? The guys like Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. And then if they do pit, does Keselowski go with them, or does Keselowski stay out here to try and stay on the attack? Because if he stays out and takes the lead, yeah, he'll have older tires than everybody else probably, but he would also have track position, which we've seen be king today. If you can have the actual lead, you've been able to hold it off. And yep, they're showing the highlight from yesterday. I'm kind of surprised it took till now to go and do it, and yeah, that finish right there, I can't believe Sam Mayer actually stole that one from Ryan. That was so close to being Ryan Sieg's first career win. And it would have only been the second career win for that team because they brought in Eric Almirola last year at the Sonoma race, and he ended up going and clicking off a win there. So Martin Truex Jr. gets free pass there, and now it will be pit road should be open this time by, and we will have to wait and see what this pit road is going to end up doing. We have not had this go our way caution-wise. Just reading what Denny Hamlin is saying to his crew here. Or what Denny Hamlin's crew is saying to him, potentially. But, yeah, the cautions are definitely not falling in the favor of Hamlin and Elliott. They're falling pretty much perfectly now for Keselowski. And I say, if we see Keselowski win, I'd be stoked to see a Keselowski win, and that's coming from someone who is not a big Keselowski fan. But, and I say, to see a guy who's been winless for over 100 races. I mean, it's the same thing with Kasey Kahne. I wasn't the biggest Kasey Kahne fan in the world, but seeing him snap his 100+ race winless streak at at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway back in 2017, that was amazing to see from my couch at home, not in person. And all right, looks like they have opted to stay on track here, so they're going to be trying to restart with 44 lap tires here. I don't know about that. That's going to be worrisome here, as they are going to be doing, I believe it'll be choose code next time by. Again, it should be Hamlin and Elliott taking the 2 front row spots. Keselowski inside second row. From there, I think you could pretty much throw caution to the wind. If I'm Suarez, I'm definitely taking the inside and hoping that Chastain will take second car outside so I can get third car inside lane. That way, when we get to the back straightaway, I can try and zigzag underneath Keselowski and or potentially take advantage of a mistake that happens early. Now, there are some cars getting some service on pit road. But, yeah, right now, though, it's definitely not the kind of race that Hamlin and Elliott were looking for. They were looking to just run these final few laps out and not have a caution flag impacted at the end. Now, the question is, do cautions breed cautions here? So, let's see. If cautions do breed cautions, then it could get pretty interesting to see what ends up happening here. Because if we get to see multiple attempts at this, essentially this same restart, because to spend a Denny Hamlin quote, if some of the meaningless guys in the back go around, could potentially make for some interesting strategy to see. Because if we get a chance to see this exact restart play out a couple of times in a row, curious to see if strategy changes any with what lines everybody chooses here, or if we potentially see anyone ultimately have to bite the bullet on tires because of just how aggressive they're going to be burning these tires up on the restarts. Alright, so here we go. Gonna go ahead and skip the cautions, and I'm gonna go ahead and record this clip actively here for a potential either YouTube short or something, because I have a feeling something's gonna happen here. And we got, again, Hamlin and Elliott on the front row. Let's go. Hamlin, Elliott, front row. Keselowski is on that inside. Hey, what did I say? I pretty much called exactly how everything was going to play out. Now, granted, it was an easy prediction to make, because, yeah, Keselowski takes the inside line to try and dive up the inside down the back straightaway. Here we go. Pace car is in. Alright, pace car is in. We are getting ready. 9 laps to go. It'll be 8 at the line. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott out in front. And we got guys getting a little bit of grass there in the middle of the pack here. And now it's time to see what... oh, we got a spin! We got a spin in the back. It's Kyle Larson going around. And that is going to be caution flag flying. So the caution flag flies, and we got ourselves another restart. This time Chase Elliott will be the control car, and Keselowski lost a spot to Chastain on the restart. Keselowski just did not get a good restart there. In fact, the entire inside line didn't get a great restart, which is curious, because up until this point, we've seen nothing but the inside line being the best spot to be. All right, they were 4 wide. That explains exactly why that spin happened. The 71 of Zane Smith also got tagged in this. So we'll have to wait and see how that ends up playing out. But, yeah, certainly not the way anyone wanted this to play out. Well, except for maybe this ending up giving a second chance to someone like Suarez or Keselowski. But again, both of them losing spots here. And you're going to have less restarts here. Cautions at Texas. We're closing in on the record. I don't think we get to the record. The record, I believe, is 16 set 2 years ago at Texas. But with the pace we're going, we could definitely end up potentially hitting that. I would hope we don't, because, again, that would be a lot of cautions to have play out in the same... at the end of this race, we would need 3 more, and that would absolutely send us to overtime. And, Elliott got the lead by that much at the last scoring loop before the caution came out. That is a bummer. So, again, Elliott getting the lead here. Alright, 6 laps to go. It'll be 5 laps to go when they do the choose cone, I believe. Which means it'll be 4 laps to go when they go green. That is not a lot of laps. Which means any hope of some of these guys like Gibbs or we almost have a row of Ty. We got Ty Gibbs and Ty Dillon running in the back together there in 14th, 15th. Say depending on how the choose cone works out, that legitimately could end up being a row all its own. But yeah, the hope of any of them coming from the back to the front is going to be near impossible at this point, just because of the distance they would have to cover and not getting a chance. And now they're talking with Elliott's crew chief here, gonna try and figure out what the strategy is here. Alan Gustafson's still on top of that box. I'm kind of surprised because I remember we were talking about him potentially getting cut or replaced back in 2019 or 2020, back when he was struggling to get Chase's first win. Well, I know especially early 2018 people were saying it, but I mean, even after Elliott's first win in 2018, I was still hearing people talking in 2019 and 2020 about replacing him, but he's stayed the test of time, and honestly, he's done it. I don't think he's done anything to deserve getting cut here. And Keselowski got the inside second row again from the fourth choose. I cannot believe that he got that. Unless they aren't doing the choose, and oh yep, no, there's people running right over the box. Okay, maybe we wave this one off here. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. You ever see some of these guys in the stands and you're just like, I'm pretty sure I know who that is, but they have no reason why they would be there. Because whoever that was that they just showed on the screen looked a lot like David Land, but he's an Indy. He's been at Indy for the Indy 500 practice. I highly doubt, and there's no reason why he would have gone out of his way to go to a Texas Motor Speedway race. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. All right, Hamlin and team are confused about the why the thing is going here. Alright, so there we go. So, yeah, so it does seem like they extended the caution here, and they're showing the replay of, that Talladega fall race here. When Michael McDowell came up just short of a victory there. He came home third. Ryan Blaney second, and then, obviously, we're talking about it because it's Chase Elliott's most recent win. So here we go. So they're going to be choosing here, but this is going to be a very short run. I mean, honestly, it's helping Hamlin the fact that they're not going to be going green anytime super soon. I mean, it's a bummer for the fans because we don't get to see as much racing, but let's see. Again, I'm curious to see because we got a little peek at the choose cone order. If Chastain and Hamlin both really do take the top side after we assume Elliott would take the bottom, I don't know. I can't imagine you leave Keselowski open on the bottom, or open to take the bottom lane second row again. I mean, yeah, you did just get lucky with him not being able to do much from that position on the last restart, and he actually lost a spot, but I don't know. I don't know if I would bet on that happening again. I'd say you got lucky, and that you shouldn't be banking on luck 2 times in a row here. And are we going choose cone this time? Let's see. Lights off on the pace car. Lights off on the pace car. Let's see it. Come on. Lights are off on the pace car. Choose cone. Okay, yep, nope. Chastain made the right call here. Chastain will block the inside line. Keselowski goes to the outside with his fresher rubber. I believe William Byron's on old tires too. So literally the only threat is going to come from the outside line, and that is going to be a really rough spot to try and gain spots from here. Keselowski's got to be on his game if he wants to try and take this one away from Elliott or Hamlin. Otherwise, I think this win goes to one of those two. And it's going to be a regulation finish, it looks like. Or at least assuming no further cautions. And here we go. We got ourselves, it's going to be a natural green-white checker. They're going to go green with 2 laps to go. Then the white flag, then the checker. A natural green-white checker. So, 13 caution flags so far, including the stage breaks. And let's see, what's it going to be here? Yeah, how do you time this up if you're Elliott trying to time the box? I mean, I think you definitely go late because you don't want to go early because Hamlin will just go earlier, as we saw at Richmond. So here we go, and it's going to be... Yeah, wait, good! Let's go! I said it, you do it late in the box. Chase Elliott, now again, Denny Hamlin was able to actually fire off pretty accurately on time here. But, yeah, I was right about the strategy there. You try and keep Elliott, or try and keep Hamlin from being able to jump it way early here. And so far, no cautions, and it's going to be Elliott and Hamlin. Oh, Hamlin spins! Caution! We're going overtime. Caution flag flies, and we got ourselves overtime. Oh, man. Yeah, my nose is itching, and I don't have tissues down here. But, man, Denny Hamlin is not going to be happy about that one. 14th caution of the day, and we're going overtime racing. And there we go. Overtime. Let's see. And just trying to see what happened here. And yeah, no, it was just aero. It was, again, just aerodynamics and lack of grip. Just sent that 11 car around the same way that Michael McDowell got turned around. Just Hamlin didn't get turned around nearly as aggressively, but it was the exact same thing that happened. So can't blame, don't really blame Elliott. Don't really blame Hamlin, because Hamlin had no idea that it was going to step out like that. And now it's going to be another restart, and the question is going to keep coming up as to, okay, how do the guys with fresher tires, do they even matter at this point? Now that you've heat cycled them 2, 3, 4 times now with the fresher rubber, does it even matter that you have fresh tires? I don't know. I'm curious to find out. Hopefully you guys are curious to find out too, because we will be live here to see how it all unfolds. And we still got... It's already 7 o'clock. Wow, I did not realize just how late it was getting. And let's see, Kyle Busch back up into the top 10. Let's go! Kyle Busch on those 2 tires. He's managed to survive and make it work here. But, let's see. Alright, let's see. They're just doing a highlight of all the cars going around in that same corner. Actually, I think Blaney went around in that same exact corner. Alright, let me go ahead and see what Jamie needs, because... Might be able to get a little bit of early, alright, here we go. It's still on the pace car. Let's go ahead and see if we can dial them up here. Because for whatever... Oh, nope. Okay, I guess I did... Okay, no one ended up joining the call, so nothing ended up happening. Alright, so there we go. Just double checking to see if because the Lap Down podcast guys were calling the chat there, so just checking to see if they were needing something, but nope, we're all good. We're getting ready for overtime racing here. They just talked with Phil Surgeon, the crew chief of the number 1 car. Now it's going to be 9, 1, and 6 we're going to be watching. Curious to see what Byron does and what that potentially allows Suarez to put himself in position for here. Again, all these spins are allowing Kyle Busch to crawl back up through the front. Alright, here we go. Pace. So, lights are off on the pace car here. Yep, lights are off. Elliott, and yep, there we go. They leave third place. Keselowski goes and takes that inside lane here. Curious to see what he's able to do. Again, I would caution that I think the heat-cycled tires are going to be much less effective now than they would have been 2-3 restarts ago, but we'll have to wait and see until when that happens. Alright, so there we go. So, now Chastain has to be he has got to be the best on this restart. Alright, here we go. 2-lap shootout. If leader takes white flag, next flag ends the race. If there's a caution prior to getting that 1 lap to go, then we will go and do this again. Those are the overtime rules. They have been the same for years, and here we go. I will say I wish we kind of went back to the three caution or 3 attempt limit. That way, you get 3 attempts to finish the race under green. Here we go. Pace car's off, and green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. But, yeah. Because I feel like that was your best balance of being able to, 1, get green flag finishes more frequently. And, we got to spin and caution. Alright, time to figure out who all was involved in that one. Okay, 21 of Burton. Not sure who else, but 21 of Harrison Burton involved. Looks like 12 of Blaney involved again. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Talladega next week. Should be a good one. Again, we're on it. We're on to our second overtime. We got plenty of time before this thing turns into a complete mess. Although I think we're pretty close to it at this point. Let's go ahead and see updated thing as I chest in on the next restart. Hamlin spins. Let's see. Line them up and try it again. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to be. A lot of people asking about why we're spending so much time under yellow. Yeah, that yellow before the Hamlin wreck, we were definitely under there for a while. This is another William Byron win incoming, even though we've gone through all of this. Alright, so yeah, I'm curious to see what ends up happening here. Are we going to end up seeing is there anything... Oh, Bubba Wallace actually is on fresh tires in 16th place. Now, again, he would need like 2 more overtimes to get there, but he's got time. Theoretically, again. He's got time to maybe get there. But, yeah, we've just been yellow. Kyle Busch is, oh, he's not even the top RCR car, but he's up into the 9th place right now, which is not bad. Hocevar up into the top 11. I was going to say top 10, but I realized, nope, he's 11th. And I say, a lot of these drivers that we don't normally talk about doing well, considering the chaos that's happened to guys like Larson and Hamlin and Truex. Truex is back in 18th place right now. He's not doing too poorly, but... And there we go. There's the trophy awaiting whoever can climb out of this mess of sheet metal at the end of this thing. Oh, okay. Tony Stewart's in the finals in his top fuel drag race car. Okay, cool. I'm assuming that's in the NHRA thing that we're not getting to see because it's there. Tony Stewart to the finals in his 3rd race of the season. Nice. Hey, you know what? Maybe if you guys want to see it, maybe we go ahead and we stay live just to see if Tony Stewart can go and win the NHRA event. If you guys are interested in it, I'm down to talk about some drag racing. And here we go. A lot of guys going inside. We got Suarez, Briscoe both going inside lane there. And allowing guys like Reddick to potentially gain a couple of rows. Byron's right there, though. If we see a William Byron win, this could definitely go poorly. But here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. We are ready to go. But here we go. Let's see. For all I know, the drag racing finals might be over by the time we get done this drag race that we're waiting to see. The 2-lap drag race here. We just can't seem to get it done without a crash. Alright, here we go. Doubled up. Lights are off of the pace car. We're going back racing this time. Let's see if we can do this without crashing everybody. Got that, Ross? Got that, everybody else behind you? I was going to say Elliott, but then I realized Elliott's kind of the leader. He's the one that's going to get crashed, probably. Keselowski, don't go crashing everybody. Kyle, don't do it. Ty Dillon, I know it's kind of your specialty to go and crash and find people to do it with, but don't do it. Here we go. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back in racing. And here we go. Let's see. Into turn 1. They're going to file. They're going to be double file here. Anybody triple file throughout the field? I see one person jumping out. We're looking at the caution light. Nothing's happened yet. Oh, we got caution, caution, caution. I'm seeing caution lights on. I just don't know if we got the white or not. Do we get the white flag before the caution flies? White flag waves. 1 lap to go, and so the next flag will end the race. Let's see. Can Chase Elliott snap the winless streak? Oh, yep, yep, that is the crash. Byron goes and crashes Chastain, and that's going to hand Chase Elliott the win. Yep, there we go. Elliott pretty much had that thing anyway, but there we go. NASCAR's most popular driver back to victory lane. Congratulations, Chase Elliott and the Hooters machine winning this race. Keselowski 2nd. Byron coming across the line 3rd despite being the undisputed cause of that caution. Tyler Reddick 4th. 5th, Daniel Suarez. 6th, Chase Briscoe. 7th, Austin Dillon. 8th, Bubba Wallace. 9th, Kyle Busch. And rounding out the top 10, Carson Hocevar with a top 10 finish. Let's go. Man, that's an exciting one. So if you guys just stayed for the NASCAR race reaction, go ahead and you guys will probably be filing out soon. But hit the like button and subscribe if you guys have enjoyed this stream. As per usual, we will be going through and talking about all the finishers and potentially anything else that happens after the checkered flag. So stay tuned if you guys want to hear where your favorite driver finished. But I know there's a portion of you guys who only stay for the reaction part, so we're gonna get a chance to see this replay here. I want to also see what happened to cause this crash. So Again, if you guys just stayed for the reaction, though, I'm sure you guys are going to be starting to filter out, so. Here we go. Let's see. Again, it was basically a drag race between those two. All the way around for a lap and a half or so. And Chase Elliott had won the drag race over Ross Chastain. And then just, William Byron in third place. The white flag's already out. If a yellow flag comes, nothing can happen to. And he just hits the back bumper of the one. I don't think he was trying to wreck him or anything, because I think possibly Byron had enough speed to maybe make a charge at Elliott if he doesn't hit the back bumper of the one. But ultimately, the win goes to Chase Elliott. Again, I think he would have won it without the caution, but the caution secures it for the number 9 car. He's driving down to the front straightaway and getting ready for the burnout. So, alright, let's go ahead and start going through this finishing order, because we got a lot of cars today. There were a lot of cars in this race. So, as we talked about, Chase Elliott first, Keselowski second, William Byron third after that wreck that he caused. Tyler Reddick comes home fourth after a long, hard-fought day. He probably spent the most laps inside the top 10 of everybody. Suarez comes home with a hard-fought top 5. Chase Briscoe comes home 6th. 7th for Austin Dillon. 8th, Bubba Wallace. 9th, Kyle Busch. And 10th was Carson Hocevar. Logano coming home 11th in the number 22 car. Oh, and my leaderboard thing crashed. There we go. Alright, that should be relatively on screen for you guys. So let's go ahead and see. Ryan Preece, 12th. 13th, Ty Gibbs. 14th, Martin Truex Jr. And rounding out your top 15 finishers here today was Ty Dillon in the number 16 car. Some good runs there, especially for guys like Ryan Preece and the Stewart-Haas group, who, if the rumors are true that they may be downsizing, all 4 of those drivers are trying to make a case as to why they should be retained for next year. Speaking of Stewart-Haas drivers, Noah Gragson, 16th place. 17th was Daniel Hemrick. 18th, Chris Buescher. 19th, Stenhouse, after a rocky race there. He comes home in the 19th position. And Kyle Larson comes home 20th. Kaz Grala comes home 21st. 22nd for Eric Jones. 23rd for Christopher Bell. 24th, Zane Smith. And rounding out your top 25 is Corey LaJoie. 7-time NASCAR Cup champion Jimmy Johnson, after a tumultuous day that he had, comes home in the 26th position. 27th, Austin Cindric. 28th is going to be Justin Haley today. And 29th place goes to Harrison Burton after his late wreck that he had. Denny Hamlin comes home 30th. Todd Gilliland, after the amazing strategy he pulled, comes home in the 31st position. Ross Chastain, 32nd position, last car on the lead lap. Ryan Blaney comes home 8 laps down in the 33rd position. John Hunter Nemechek, DNF's 50 laps shy of the checkers. Michael McDowell, 133 laps short of making it to the end of the race. Josh Berry, a couple laps earlier, 140 laps from the checkers, goes and spins himself out of the race. Then Alex Bowman and Austin Hill both go out of the race in the 37th and 38th positions. 170 plus laps short of the checkers, so that is your... Austin Dillon in the top 10 is wild. Hocevar doing pretty well, too. Yeah, Bubba coming back was pretty good. Hocevar in the top 10, I mean, I know it's not a ton of... I know it's not something that we would necessarily think of as a major shock, but a rookie up inside the top 10, especially a rookie at Spire Motorsports, I'm pretty impressed with it. Alright, let's see. Again, they're still talking with Chase Elliott after the victory, but let's see. 23 lead changes amongst 13 different leaders, and we tie the record from 2022 for most cautions in a Texas Motor Speedway Cup race, which that is an amazing feat that we managed to match that stat, which again, I said we weren't. I didn't think we would, and I certainly hoped we didn't break the record. And well, we didn't break the record. We matched it. So there we go. And wow, we still got 13 people hanging out in chat. So real quick, guys, let me know in chat. Do you guys want to see me talk about the about Tony Stewart in the finals of the NHRA drag racing, or do you guys not really care about it? If you guys don't care, I'll probably just watch it on my own after I turn off the stream. But just I figured I saw LTX talking about it, so I figured maybe you guys would be interested. Not to mention it's Tony Stewart. He's part of our NASCAR family, our extended NASCAR family. So let's see. But yeah, again, they're talking with Chase Elliott a lot right now, so it might just be that we won't even get a chance to see it. So, but yeah, again, thank you guys though for everybody that had tuned in. Oh, we're getting to see another replay here showing the Denny Hamlin crash. But thank you guys though for everybody that has stuck with us throughout this stream. And we'll be back again next weekend for the Xfinity and the Cup race. We'll be doing a doubleheader at Talladega. No Friday race. Might come up with something that I want to do, but in particular, I'm gonna try and get back to. And I know I've been saying this for a few weeks now. I'm gonna try and get back to some of the regular videos that I had planned on doing this season, and then just kind of got derailed with other stuff away from the on the other side of the camera. So, but yeah, they're talking about Brad Keselowski, and yep, that's gonna be pretty much everything that I'm interested in, and seems like we're pretty much done here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos. Again, double header next weekend for Talladega. We won't be home for the I won't be home for the ARCA race, but we will be here for both Cup and the Xfinity Series race. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!